And we are live.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, look at
Hello. Okay,
Cool.
so
Alright,
casting wise, we've got
so-
Barry with us today. We've got an AFK Dean at the moment, and in the game, we have
On
a
pause. Cool, we're going.
Yarn
Right.
the Crazy Eyes the
Cool.
Twit,
Alright, so
and
Imagine
we
that
have
I'm shaking
Dom
your hand
the
right now.
submarine.
Yeah. Except,
Would
well, no. Imagine that we're doing like one of those weird,
So
like,
we've
elbow
got
bumps or something.
Anamag
Okay,
versus
yeah, do that, like, while
Wurmwood,
wearing
and
masks.
Wurmwood has gone
Yeah,
first.
exactly.
They're just doing the
That's another
deployment,
fun.
so I'm actually going to remember to
Oh, Jesus, it's
turn
gonna
off
be
these streams
such
starting
an
soon.
It's gonna be mad.
It's coming.
Top tier work.
Right.
They can actually see the game this time. I've nailed it.
Fantastic.
Right,
Super
we
proud.
can take off the stream now, guys. See you later.
So I will use souls in lieu of corpses on my ravages. and
So,
people like
I'm not
that.
sure if there's anything
That's the
hugely interesting with this
most
Anamag
sensible way
list
to do
that's
it.
different.
Let's have a
So I
look.
can notice Min Chosen getting Golab,
Mhm.
and then some Warmongers,
Yeah, I
Max
think that's the
Warmongers
worst bit
with
about this is that
Gorek.
the images are so tiny.
Yep.
Yep, that's his name.
Unless you
Fantastic.
know what it
What,
is.
what's, what's the rest of his title?
already, work it out.
Goreg, the I have a mini feat,
Yeah.
and I
That's
also
fine.
give you -2 death.
Absolutely. That's
Everyone's
exactly how you. That's exactly how you pronounce Rotten Eye. Well done.
Thank you.
So I'm really glad to see that there's a Golab here. Golab,
Don't worry about
really good war beast. Probably the best war beast in Legion.
That's just,
Um,
this is the other
and
bit. It's just
when
a little
obviously
finicky
all of the
on-
themes change to Oblivion, being able
I
to
can see
include
that you're trying to do that.
Golab
Golab
without screwing up the rest of the theme was fantastic.
And like,
The
oh God.
unusual
Anyway,
thing here
we can just go to this one.
is really the Min Chosen instead of going Min Warmongers.
That's the chieftain. Ah, there's
So
the chief.
I don't hate that.
I feel like
Like, I typically find that if you can deal with one unit of Chosen, you
It
could typically deal with a
really
second unit.
be.
I seem to remember.
So
Yeah,
it helps a bit with
I say all the
positioning.
time. That's what I say I'll tell about
Yeah.
Cav. She's stolen it from me.
Also, the Warmongers aren't actually bad here. Like into this, the mini feat
That
would be
doesn't
quite
ring a
relevant.
bell. I don't think that would be.
Okay.
So
The thing is with the mini feat, it only means that they get up to the same speed and gain
I think I played
Pathfinder
Wurmwood
as
against
Chosen.
Pathfinder's the big
Evan,
bit here.
which I think
Right,
threw
yeah,
me off
because
he was
of the
playing
Wurmwood feat.
drinking, and I wasn't sure
So
if he was
Yarn went
still
second and obviously took this bottom side because a Wurmwood forest in the middle of that forest and that structure would be pretty obscene, line of sight wise.
Yeah.
So,
So I can
just
see
so
why
you
he's done
know,
it.
the mini feat, does it give just
Yeah.
Pathfinder or
So
does it
Ryan and
give
Dean
them
and those
relentless
guys, are they
charge?
Commenting on
So that's a
about
big
the
difference.
I believe it's just
I
Pathfinder.
think so. I think they don't want to distract us too much. That is my normal deployment.
What it does
so
give him is more
there you go,
bodies.
pass floor.
Hey,
It does,
what
and
about
their damage output isn't bad.
What's going on here? I thought it's your turn to deploy.
Don't you like it when your caster advanced deploys?
So I think once they get stuck in, Warmongers do more damage than Chosen. Chosen really need to have the charge to, otherwise I think they're AP and S lower, which isn't a huge amount, but you do find that you tend to get a little bit bogged down.
You've also got the mount attacks as well, so that is something. Like you've got two somewhat decent attacks with the Chosen, opposed to the Warmongers. I feel like they're a lot better at clearing. You want your Chosen to hit certain things.
Mhm.
Not that there's a huge amount of it here.
Just to confirm, it is Pathfinder he gets given.
Is your -2 armor spell, is that
works out well.
upkeep?
yes, it is.
So the Wormwood one, I don't think is much anything that special either. So you've got Wormwood, a Getorix, because he's pretty obscene, a Gorax, and a Moonhound for some reason. I'm assuming just battle grid points. Who knows? You've then got the Dunia, Lord Feast, Triple Gallows. Gallows are somewhat relevant here.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I'd be happy just to use them as the entropic full spots, just to shut down the Chosen.
It's always good, but
Mm.
Stranglehold, Hellmouth, all really good spells to get channeled out there. So they're going to see a lot of abuse if they don't get taken off the board
Yeah.
quickly.
You've then got the Shaman and Whitemane. You've got the bog standard Cauldron, the Circle new favourite War Beast. You've then got the War Beast, sorry, unit words. Bridget and Call, because why would you not? One unit of stones, just in case you
Yeah,
screw
that is
up
the other
and
thing.
get
That was
Cassius killed.
Like the one thing that was better about
He's got
Vassals,
min blood
yeah,
trackers
selectable unit.
with Noala. And then some blood weavers, which are
But yeah,
pretty good
it's
ambushing
way
unit.
easier to
I wouldn't
use
say they're
that, so I can only try that
top-
once or twice.
top tier, but they're
Yeah.
pretty good ones.
I don't know. I've seen Don do some things with those that
They're-
were not
they're-
pleasant.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good. I wouldn't say they're the top, but they're pretty good. And then finishing off with the, the bog standard Fon Ravagers with Chieftain.
So he's only got one unit of farm.
Yeah, it's only one unit of Fon.
Strange world we live in. I suppose with the Dunia Archon being included,
The slight worry is that I seem to be missing Cassius.
you want more infantry to die to
You don't
benefit
need
from being
your
able to
trees.
heal up the relevant models.
No, the guy who goes with the
That
tree.
makes
I think
that
he
makes
might
Yeah.
be
complete sense. I can accept that.
I think.
Oh,
I'm just
that
gonna add
building
that.
in the middle is obnoxious. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's under something? I don't know.
Who won the roll off for this?
No, 'cause then you
So
can
Dom
export.
got first.
Ah,
Or Dom
well, we've
chose
got
to
a
go
new one
first.
anyway. If-
He
if
chose
another
to go
one's
first. So
been
he
done-
chose to
Oh,
go
right,
first
if we
over
accidentally
having
farm
that very
the second cast,
sweet
it's
Yeah.
just-
Forest
nice to see
little
which
forest pocket.
I mean, it is,
I'll
but
try and
on
keep track
the
of
on the
one
same
against the
sense,
rule.
top
I feel like being able to abuse Wurmwood top of turn 2 it can hopefully get some pretty obscene stuff here. That is what he's good at. I don't really see much use of Hellmouth here,
Dom.
if I'm honest.
Go for it.
So the
Right.
reason the
So my
Hellmouth is
blood
probably
weavers
going
get
to
ambush.
could
That's
potentially
alright.
be useful is
Yeah.
Legion doesn't have
They're
They're the
tactician.
ones,
They're all medium or large bases.
the-
If you start moving
the lady
things
that's got the most
around
armor
with
touches
Hellmouth, you're
off.
actually going to get to a point where you cause
No,
all
she
of
gives them
activation
divine
issues.
inspiration.
Oh yes, of course then.
I think you would be seeing more strangleholds here, personally.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
but
disagree
yeah.
about that.
Like,
Um,
I expect
right.
to see the Blightbringer stranglehold at every turn and
God.
potentially go up. I don't think that's asking for a lot at all.
So,
Just bear in mind, Golab is.
Central,
I was going to say he gets his actual bond in this, but of course, Wurmwood's got Isle of Sight, so that's completely irrelevant. Take that back.
Cool.
Yeah. Although then that's his entire stack, isn't it? If he's strangleholding and upkeeping a
So
upkeeping a forest.
You probably need to boost some damages, so yeah, probably.
He is tanky enough to be able to do that. He's not exactly the squishiest warlock on the board.
So the advantage Jan's got here is basically then everything he's got Pathfinder. Like all the feat he's doing is blocking line of sight. at this
Which
point.
is huge. Absolutely huge.
Yeah, it's still huge.
because-
It's still stopping stuff like Chosen charging.
Yep.
Which is always relevant. The slightly upsetting thing is Wormwood feet can't be too obscene,
Big boy.
because you typically see him like feet in pretty much slap bang in the middle of the table, right?
Yep.
Just to make it obscene. Here with that structure, it make it a little bit harder. However, he can also feet and not be as scared in the same time. Like if you feet on that
I don't think I ever realised Wurmwood.
I'm expecting
22-inch line,
Yeah, I know.
like just beside that structure as
It's
well.
weird. I mean, I remember. In
I mean, I
Mark
think he can be a little bit further over than that. If he just combines the feet with that structure, he can cut off that entire left-hand side of the board.
It
Means
gave heavy
Yarn
will
can be able to go in
so
and
you would just
contest
deploy Kyra
effectively.
and Laris, and
Yeah.
then pass lots to your
Take
opponent.
contest, being able to like
And then
do work and
with
contest.
all
You'll
of the
only
rest
be
of
able
your
to
army.
contest. You won't lose any models. I don't know. I think we're going to see a feat further on the left-hand side.
Yeah, there's a unit.
Normally would.
There's
So-
one just behind Wurmwood there.
Paula Bear made a good point of, Legion got no way to protect souls,
that
so
effectively
Wormwood
gives-
can be more than a
Lucy,
7.
What threat
Yeah.
again, please?
That is
16.
a very
if
good
he's
point.
within it. So
Also,
he
apologies
throws
if I
eight
pushed that
and then he
name.
throws it at eight.
You probably
There you
probably
go,
did.
it's you,
I
your
probably did.
AD. Your
But then
Yes, sir.
picking them
All
up
the
is the
medium.
difficulty here.
Picking
There's not
festival.
any souls on
distant
Yarn's
friends.
side which are easily accessible.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Tentacles don't produce them. The Spellmaster doesn't produce them. The Gobber Chef does. There you go. That's a nice, easy one to pick up.
You could bank that for later.
So then you're into the medium base infantry or into the Chosen, which don't easily pop.
I mean, they don't, but you're going for them anyway. So if you're going for them with Wormwood, like who cares? You're getting that soul.
He's a scary boy.
So
Yeah.
this Yarn pre-planning where his Blightbringer's going to go, or did he just decide to
Yeah,
bring two?
unfortunately, he
Yeah,
doesn't have
16.
his music CD with him because it's not in real life, so he can't pre-measure that up.
Actually,
Classic.
for full disclosure, I could theoretically put something in
Hellmouth
front of
him as
him,
well.
like an inch, hellmouth him towards it. And
That
then
building on the right-hand side for Yarn's Eye is going to be really useful in just protecting from the ambushes.
Yeah, no, that's quite a safe Hellmouth, to be fair, which is quite nice.
3, but then he would be outside of shifting stuff.
I'm not
I guess
sure
the
how I feel
maximum
about the
extra I
left-hand
could
one.
get would be
Like left-hand side. 'Cause
an inch.
I don't even know
Burning
if you
building.
no, I'm talking about in regards to just that second Hellmouth.
No, it's not impossible.
I'm not 100% sure that I would chuck it on that side.
I'm guessing he's really looking at making sure he's got an easy way to contest that top zone just by throwing a Hellmouth tentacle in. But you're right, I think it's going to die.
Far too quickly.
But having said that, then Yarn's got an opportunity to capitalise on whatever was sent him to kill that.
14.
So we'll have to wait and see.
Range 7.
How are you feeling now, Barry? Are you woken up a bit, or are you still
Yeah,
definitely incarnate?
I'm pretty okay.
We are at like 75% for that video.
Nice.
Just trying to have it a millimeter further back, but it's just really freaking hard.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that is gonna.
Jon's showing his old man powers coming through.
Oh, what's he doing?
Struggling to move model by the sounds of things.
The well-defined
Great.
index of incompatibility.
And to anyone who cares, so these two are basically locals in the London area. So Jan's basically played Thags 2 for a year, I want to say.
Sounds about right.
So exciting.
Pretty sure it's been about a year, and he's had his Callus 1 sit in his case at every
Right.
single event,
Don't
just
think I've fucked
just
anything up.
the sheer power play of having it on the list sheet. And then Dom's
And
finally stopped playing
over
Border 1
to you, Mr. Dominic.
after a bit of
Cool. Right.
Persuasion.
I've got 2 prey targets to choose before
so
we
Right up.
fully begin. So I
you
guess
came 10th
we're
for the
going
Walsh
to call.
due to
Yep.
like subraining
Actually,
after
no,
the first
blood
round.
trackers will prey the left hand.
Top tier circle player?
Hellmouth.
Sure.
Add effect.
Never letting that go.
Oops. Blood tracker prey. And
Has
then
Dom played
we're
Wurmwood
gonna
before then, or
call-
is he?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, he's played a lot more
Yes.
Wormwood since then. So he played it at
Actually,
the
wait, no.
Invitational.
Yeah.
No, he did
Yes.
play.
So
No, I don't think he did.
see-
No, it was after that. So it was after Invo
So,
that he was convinced,
anything else
basically.
before Oh, I need to give everyone a call.
at the same time of the Dunia Archon.
Junior Archon is one of the best Archons.
Should probably
It's
do
the
this.
sleeper hit of Archon. Everyone looks at it at first and they're like,
Don't worry.
that's meh.
It's all on cloud.
And then the more it gets played, I've found the better it
Need
is. Just
to
better.
learn these.
Yeah, I can't disagree about that. It's, I definitely didn't rate it, but having played into it a few times like now, it's like, oh, this really disrupts what I want to do.
Yeah, it's kind of like having guaranteed tough, isn't it? But wherever you need it, rather than wherever it is.
Discord notifications. I don't know
Oh, right.
if you know that.
Yeah, so it's
Like,
Like, if you compare that to like the Men Archon,
Right.
right? Which was a
Cool. Sure. So
when it
good
first
luck,
come
have
out,
fun.
it was
Yes.
definitely
Yeah,
a
that's
gotcha
good.
model,
High five.
right? So
Yeah.
you'd always
Mm.
accidentally trigger the +2 armor, and then you'd
So
end up failing to
Hellmouth
kill it.
tentacles,
Whereas
just
the
rest,
Dunia is just always consistent.
10 inches, right? And there's
Yeah,
you don't have a way to
Yeah.
speed things up in this list, do you?
So Anamag's got a drag.
Oh yeah.
Like you can't really plan for it. All you can kind of do is just bait it out with good attacks. So pretty much like a hermit, right?
Alright, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
All you can do is
so
bait it.
She doesn't have eyeless sight though, does she?
Do you know what tech
Right, so
the Junior
pot will
Archon
go-
stops, Barry?
Maybe.
what's that?
Glyn.
Oh, it does, yeah.
We're still,
There you go.
are we still in deployment?
Do you now regret having bought that model?
Oh, right.
Invalidated my
Now
purchase,
we
yeah.
can, cool.
Do you know what else
Okay,
stops that as
and
well?
they're off.
Let's undo that. So I think
Yep,
the
two models.
that-
There could be
that-
two models.
That model that
I think the
when we
Lord
go
of
back to
Feast
Civilization,
will-
Barry, you're going to get the
Yeah.
most amazing conversion known to man.
Yeah, the pot
I'm
will
looking
go. It's
forward
going
to
to
it.
walk forward
Sure.
to there.
I don't believe you for a moment. I'm not going to lie.
What, you don't believe that it's the most amazing
Yeah, it's
conversion
going to
team?
season the source.
No, that Barry's
so
looking forward to it.
generates
Oh, he's definitely looking forward to
C3,
it.
Which is 2, excellent, which is going to give straight to call.
Oh, there was a dice roll.
3.
Oh, I'm assuming
That
this
was
is
a
I'm
the
going to argue that
corpse.
means it's one.
surprise, surprise.
Cool. So, Raid and Call will go now, I guess. So they're just going to walk.
This may feel like a really dumb question. Was there a Lord of the Feast in this? I don't remember you calling it out.
Yeah. Yeah, he's slap bang in front of the cauldron.
Oh, I see him now, yeah.
Somewhere that's just not within.
I thought I was being silly, but I needed to ask the
10
question.
space over there. And he's going to follow to. Oh, Christ. Just somewhere between those two positions. There you go. There. So she's going to take
Do we
a
know
pot
where
shot at
Prey went?
Hellmouth.
For
So
units.
she's wrapped.
So
effectively
he
9.
has put it
a
on
million,
said models.
Like, I don't think she's ever missed
Yeah, she is. So it's power 12, it's weapon master, so it's only 2 dice.
2
Armor
dice of 6.
off 6, cool. So 1 point.
1 damage.
Huzzah.
They're on the Hellmouths.
Start.
Yeah.
It's a little
Ah,
BP garage.
Should we just call it there? 1
Got
point.
it.
Yeah,
It
fuck
makes
it, you know
sense.
what?
We were expecting the
Done with
Hellmouth to die early. It means he gets to put them onto the
Alright,
relevant
cool.
units.
I'm still
There's not that many units to put it on, in all fairness.
No, you kind of did that, and then you
This guy's gonna
switch it over to
go
like the Chosen afterwards. I'm kind of surprised they didn't abuse that structure, to be honest.
I like it when the trees march.
What, with the Hellmouth place?
Yeah,
Right.
because I'm pretty sure you can stand there, run a Hellmouth up, and always be able to contest the flag, range-wise.
Is he not in range to contest the flag from
Yeah,
there?
he'll go to like the.
I mean, he probably is now, but what I'm saying is,
Yeah,
if he was deployed
A
by that
little bit
structure
further back. Yeah.
back and over, he could just run up a tentacle and just contest.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which means
this
you're always keeping
one
his Hellmouth alive, and he's always going to be relevant
to there.
in a scenario.
Other one.
I think he's going to try and bait him in with it. That's
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
what it
there's
is. They're
a
way
point.
too open for anything else.
So to there, it's probably good. Cool.
Either that, or he really wanted to
So
try and make sure
intention
he
was that
did
the
have
front
the
two are not
opportunity
within 10
to
inches of the tentacle.
drag some of the relevant models in.
Try not to get.
Because the problem with putting the
That's a
Hellmouth
loser
behind
stone, apparently. Not really a bad idea,
behind
is what I heard.
obstructions
Yeah.
and obstacles all the time
Right,
is you don't
cool.
get to pull the
So,
model the whole
Lord of the
distance.
Feast
Yeah, I mean,
is gonna just
if he was on the
walk.
right, I don't see an issue with ever having an issue with a drag there,
In
right?
fact, I don't need
Because
to do him yet. That's fine.
where you're standing, you're going to be dragging stuff down and to the right.
Mhm.
If he was behind the middle structure or like by that forest, I can see the point.
Okay, so basically, I'm gonna just move Wurmwood quickly while I just see where I want him to end up.
Sure.
Because he can't be pushed.
Oh, bold Wurmwood.
Yeah.
So I reckon he
Yeah,
could,
he's gonna
he could
temple
probably
back
tank a tentacle. Like, when I
Coward.
say probably,
That's me giving us a prop.
he could
Yeah, no,
definitely tank.
I don't think even a 666.
I mean, is there any reason for him to not
Yeah.
be there?
He'll be alright.
So somewhere like that is probably
Yeah.
I
fine.
mean, what's going to
I mean,
affect him?
if
Basically
he can't
means
get
Cassius
pushed,
wants to go to
you're not getting tentacled, you're not getting
there.
gallowsed.
Yeah, so Cassius is going to go to there first. Yeah, and then Wormwood's going to activate. He's
Yeah,
gonna
I genuinely
spend
don't have any problems with Wormwood just staying there for
2
this
to
turn.
cast Unseen Path.
It's better to have
he's
him further
there.
up and taking back next turn if you need
Then
to.
he's going to
Then
cast.
miss out on some of the pressure that he can apply being that
Probably a
far up.
rapid growth. Yeah, probably a rapid growth for 2. So, widget. 4-inch ring. Cool. It is really nice.
Some
isn't
said
it?
he might be
I know,
worried about
right?
the Bloodbridge
Thanks, Ryan,
randoming
for that, by the
randoming
way.
onto the Cassius.
It's just so nice.
'cause
that
Cassius
the guy who
is
brings
an
his
AoE
forest
magnet.
with him, and then
That
you
is
give him
true.
a nice forest gap in the middle.
All right, I think probably the best place to put it is actually more like
He's surprisingly tough
for
to
now,
kill, though.
'cause it
He
sort of
is.
blocks the
Yeah.
line of sight
He is.
to me.
Yeah, putting it in the middle, like it seems
I've
amazing,
definitely
but
nearly
it
found it
makes
before, like a
sense.
zero
No,
Cassius.
it's not you seeing through a gap that is. If I was on that side, it would be awesome.
Also, to anybody that is watching,
We'll put
you
it
still
like-
have 2 days to sign up to
probably
the
good rolls.
Fishcord League
There
if you
is
want to join that.
fine. Cool. And then he's
Be running over the next
3.
couple of weeks.
He'll
Got quite a few
spend
people in
1
there.
to cast Spiny Growth.
How many have we gotten up to?
I think the
So
last
that
time I
I
looked, it was
remember
like
that's a thing.
36, 37.
Growth.
Obviously,
cool.
I'm not going to get up the conflict chamber now because I'm scared
Got a
that
little picture
I'm
of a
going to
hedgehog for Spiny
put
Growth.
it on the stream.
They really thought of everything.
Do you know the event number off the top of your head,
So they're
Ryan?
going to run.
It's in the
Damn
events
Girl will
in the
run
Fishcord channel.
there.
There you go. Nice little accidental plug there of the Discord. Yeah, it's in the most recent one in the events.
8.
Oh, okay.
We'll run that
Cool.
right in there.
Also, at some point as well this month, I will also run another Steam roller,
There.
as we always do.
And then we've got.
So that'll be 2 games a day over the course of the weekend. So 4 rounds
We'll put
total.
one right there.
Usually
This
starts
is fine.
12
You
UK
want to kill
time.
One, it's probably alright.
Yeah.
I think that's what was that GMT 1 plus 1.
GMT plus 1. British summertime, if you're a time zone guy like me.
There.
So for any US people, it's typically about 7 o'clock. So that's not too bad. We moved it early for you. And if you win the event, you get to have a nice shiny roll on the Discord channel, shown by Brad Park with his big boy flex roll.
Sure.
The best prizes
And then
available.
while,
I believe there are 40 people signed up for the league now.
40 now?
doesn't need to be that far forward.
We have to get Tom to create some more channels.
While this is
No,
gonna be real
They're not all going to play at the
they're
same
all going to play at the
time.
same time. If they do, I'm going to be really
Cover.
surprised.
Place to be.
right back at the back. Now should be a time.
And the plan with the league is as well. So we'll stream some
There. Alright,
games
so they're gonna
and
sit
we'll record
there.
some as well. And
Um,
we're going to do some
Koala is
commentary
behind the forest
on the
in some
game,
rubble,
not live,
behind
but
the
obviously
wall.
we haven't seen it.
yes.
So
Right
yes.
on. You seem
basically the
to-
same thing.
She's definitely died in those situations before. So. Oh, I found Cassius. He was there
And
all
the
along.
stream from last
Oh,
night will
right.
hopefully be
Little
going up
plug
today
readers,
at
okay.
some point.
He's gone now. He's gone. It's fine.
Top
Sure.
tier play. No worries.
What are the war beast options on?
Ravagers. are
So
going
far,
to
So
Guardian?
it was Moonhound,
So,
Gorax, and Getrix.
So it's got that
Yeah,
moon.
run
That
them
moonhound's just going to
there.
have to sit in that zone, isn't it, on the left?
Yeah.
That's its sole
this
purpose.
guy's going to follow him.
Yeah.
There. This guy.
And it's always nice to have a nice cheap war beast to just throw in a zone like that. Like one of the problems Yarn's going to have with his Anamag list is
Yeah, is Blightbringer scoring that right zone, or just does he never score?
I
or
mean,
Anamag?
he's got the Go Lab.
yeah,
Oh
but
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't want Golab to spend his days
Yeah.
just scoring
Sitting
in
in
the
the
zone.
zone.
That is not what he's there
It's a
for.
criminal waste to go left.
And I feel like in typical Legion tradition, I do feel like this list needs to somehow finesse in some, Falcons.
Again, just staying outside of tentacle range.
just
Valkyrie's
because
just so good.
Legion A is just so paper skin,
And then Chieftain.
and the Valks are just a good unit anyway.
Keep everyone in command.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that.
Shaman
The problem
is
is-
gonna walk 6.
Obviously, that
What's the
pretty
name
much
again?
nothing Legion
He's the
does
knockdown guy,
benefits
so
minion models.
now it's called
So,
Hunter's Grace.
You're losing out
Oh, wow,
on
so even
Anamag is-
without,
Anamag's biggest role, which is just
Stone
being a
Boy.
force amplifier.
you still can't get knocked down.
That's why it's always
Yeah.
such a tough choice.
I mean, it's range
While
8
I
from him,
personally
so
feel
I think,
the unit of Valkyries is
so obviously
what I
it
will
is
always
more
do.
limited.
I'm not going to have a go
Yeah.
at someone who
I
doesn't
only
do
take one
that,
unit of Ravagers,
so I understand.
Yeah.
makes it pretty easy to apply. Cool. The Moonhound is, as usual, out of command. Control play. So,
I swear, every game
It's been
I've
really
played,
brave
you
with
dog, you
those,
just, like, whichever dog you have, is
track has
just
been
like
so
running
far
around
forward.
confusedly trying to figure out what's going on.
yeah.
Like, Anamag can
It's fine, I don't actually
get
need him.
some
He's
up
just
to
a
some
skull, the rectangular zone.
obscene
Okay, I was
levels
wondering what
of
the point of it.
map.
Can't you get a cheaper one though?
Those tentacles are
He's
going to
the
be able to
cheapest.
pick
The
some out
Moonhound is our
quite
cheapest
happily. So unless that,
living
again,
beast. The only cheaper beast is not available.
we're trying to get some souls.
Actually, I think he
So
was
Wurmwood
in
collect souls
control.
from his own
I was-
guys?
I was doing
He does,
12,
doesn't he? He just
but I
collects
think
it
Oh
does.
he
yeah,
was-
yeah, you're 14. You
Yes.
want to run him?
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
I
You used
might
to
as well
see
just
people
put it
take
already.
the
I'll just run just-
Pharaoh Bone Grinders, just to give them some
Fury.
souls early on.
What should I spend? That's been fun. Cool.
Oh,
So
yeah,
Getrix
good times.
is
I remember
going
that
to run. probably.
It's weird
Yeah,
that he's
maybe
become
that-
relevant again because beginning of Mark 3, he was the Apocalypse.
You might as well just
I
run.
think that's
You know
the
what, in fact,
usual. Oh, this
If he's
model
only
isn't
going
as
9
good as it
inches,
used to
he's gonna
be.
Trample.
You know, I'm not going to
In fact,
play him, and
that's
then
correct.
we've come
So
back
that's
round
2
because
fury.
you know time's passed. People have gotten used to the idea that his control,
Yeah,
his
there you
feet
go,
is just
Hedgehog.
a massive fuck you
The
now
Gorax.
compared to what it was.
Actually, first of all, this gallows
It's still
can
pretty
get out of the
bad.
way.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not good. It's just not.
And then
Like,
the
as
Gorax
strong
is
as
you
gonna
don't
run.
see.
Yeah.
I think the feat is now a case
Right,
of.
run, actually, so just
It's
go-
not a. Your lists don't have Pathfinder in, so you lose. I think it's more of just a line of sight thing now.
So he's got
So
2
it
fury.
kind of works out similarly
the
to
Goonian, right?
your casters
so
like
Goonian's quite important.
Rask
He's gonna
and
run.
Coven.
Haley.
Actually, first of all, I'll do the
Two.
White Mane because he's faster. So
Exactly the same thing happened with
White
Haley
Mane's
2,
gonna
if you
run
remember, where
6.
they changed the feat to be D3+3 models, and everyone was like, well, this is terrible now.
Yeah,
And it wasn't.
Wasn't
It-
Haley
yes, they do the
free change
Lord
right
Feast
at the beginning? of
Lord
the
Feast is going to
Haley
Haley-
2.
Haley 2,
Haley
sorry.
two, sorry. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was changed right at the beginning.
At the addition was
I'm pretty sure it was.
So she's going to run.
no, it was fairly late on.
Where she's got
Oh,
like,
lots of people.
It wasn't early on.
I didn't think she was
So,
bad. I
yeah,
think
like
there wasn't enough
Cool.
support though
I
for her.
think
Was the problem.
that's everything. So I'll pass the block to you.
Whereas
I-
now you've got some nice support there now for her to be able to abuse.
Okay.
No, I just remember when it first hit, everyone was like, "This is terrible." I'm dropping.
Oh no,
this
no,
now."
I'm referring to after like post nerf then. Like there's a lot more things out there now.
There are now, yeah. But even when they changed her at first, everyone just dropped it because it was like, "Oh, this is terrible now," and it was. It just got.
She's a caster with TK. All
Yeah,
casters with TK are exceptional, including Sturm and Drang.
Yep.
Criminally underrated. Just saying.
We've got Sturm and Drang, Dracodile in the league.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
My boy Chris Dacre.
We need to commentate on every single one of those games. I'm bringing Sturm and Drang back, or just making him a thing in the first place.
I mean, he's got slightly better now. Like you've got Archons. Since we was last looking at, what is he doing?
Possibly not understanding how movement works on War Table.
So yeah, you've got your Archons now, which minions, Archons, right?
Yeah.
You've also had the really subtle changes to the Pig War Beasts.
Yep.
Which are pretty big. I mean, not having to force is quite huge. Yeah, it actually means your heavy War Beast is a heavy War Beast again and not light. So that's something.
And he does have a very good feat.
He does.
I don't see when you ever really want to go from Sturm to Drang, though.
No, and I completely agree with that.
I think Drang just has so little options and little good spells that you just always stay as Sturm.
I mean, doesn't he make all of your War Beasts shield cards as well?
So,
Yes.
Do you lose that when you change? Like,
I couldn't tell you.
Let's get up the card. So Sturm gives Shield Guard, and the
that's
other
a
one
field
gives
marshal, right?
the other one gives Overtake.
Oh, that's it, yeah. But they all get overtake from.
We work for food
Will-
anyway.
anyway, so.
And they also gain Pack Hunters as well, so they get +2 to melee attack rolls.
Which is pretty good.
It's
I
pretty
won't
good.
say that isn't pretty good. But you could just, cast TK, which both, turn the model around for +2 to hit and get extra movement.
And the bit that you're missing, Dean, is the reason why you go to Drang
stick that spell marker over there.
is for obliteration. The force of this attack blasts apart the earth itself.
Oh, do you know what? That is what made Val 2 very scary in the previous edition. Just saying.
Killing Ground isn't terrible, but I don't see it being that big.
Here's the thing.
Everyone who's tuned in to watch this Circle versus Legion game, enjoy this chat about Sturm and Drang.
I mean, we've got to talk about stuff, right? He's still
I mean-
pre-measuring his Blightbringer, so
Still.
I am not. You can tell by the distance that the bottom one's moved that it's gone forwards and then back again.
yeah.
Great.
There'll be a lot of mumbling, but don't worry.
Let's see if Jan can clock himself this Blightbringer movement alone. 79 minutes.
I
to
mean,
go.
he's just pre-measuring, isn't he, to
Yeah.
work out where all the models need
I mean,
to be.
if you're putting the Blightbringer there, you need to make sure that you're protecting it because you've got Ravagers.
Oh, fuck
I've
no.
literally seen there.
Why did that? Tidebreaker just
Would the
goes.
Ravagers have been in range there?
This is going really well.
I know they threat
How did I just
11
beat
from what I
the
recall.
Tidebreaker without actually
If you
trying?
don't damage them.
I have no idea.
I'm unsure myself. But
And honestly, I'd be more worried about the blood trackers. They
so
he will do a number of that Blightbringer.
Yeah.
2.2 inches away.
We'll just
from the
casually
blood
blow
tracker.
Blightbringer off the table with
Also
nothing but
get
6 blood
no
trackers. It'll be
fire.
fine.
Right, I'm so
Ugh.
right. I'm gonna do it bad.
Oh, what are you doing?
Oh, I don't know if that is. I'm scared.
What are you scared of? Ryan, talk to me.
All right. There's a chance this goes horribly wrong. Oh, it's fine.
God,
It's fine. I did it.
rips in this
Okay.
game.
What did you manage to do, Ryan?
Across the Blightbringer movement.
so
That was
clunky.
up, down, up, down, up, down.
Maybe that was the actual movement. Maybe those steps were important.
No, he made a
No
comment.
idea why.
He made a comment
but-
about how he fucked up moving the other one, so I doubt it.
Those two are done.
I was going to say, I'm not sure how you put these chosen in a position so they can actually charge next turn with that structure. But let's be real, he's just going to feed next turn anyway, so he's not charging.
Then
I mean, he'll only feed if he threatens to do it in the first place. But if you had the
I-
option to call
I would
Wormwood speed till
willing-
turn 3, would you not do that?
Yes, but I also would be willing to bet that Dom would 100% every single time drop their feet.
Just
Turn
do
two.
it regardless.
Yeah,
Right.
I played Wormwood, I dropped my feet, turn 2, job done.
Cool.
it's just so autopilot, their feet.
And then
Are you saying that Wormwood's feet is a no skill feat?
What skill do you have to imply
Carnage.
involve with that feat?
Mm-hmm.
Surely placement matters.
Placement, yeah. You can't just wander up, drop the feet, and then be like, ha ha ha, I win game.
It's not
I'm not,
marked
saying,
you
I'm
hate.
not saying the feat is that good, but Harvey requires 0 skill to play. Poor bear. It's 100% luck rolling all of those
Do I just have to
ones on your D3+1
type in?
and just sitting there for 40 minutes of your game with your fingers crossed, hoping somebody doesn't hit a kicky monk.
Kicky monk.
Hey, look at that. Very
Mm.
fish. Right, I'm just gonna remember. Perfect. One. This helm out.
Take your time, Jan.
Go,
It's fine.
gonna activate. This one's gonna run.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
What did you even do? Was you even
What?
spamming comments there, Rubert?
It's funny. I've
'Cause
done you-
It just randomly just went, no, I'm deleting all your comments now.
This one's gonna charge.
So just pass book to me. I'm going to
so
see if
I'm
I
surprised.
can
Anamag
charge
only
it.
moved up and cast Bond of Crystal and Bone.
No, I don't think I can.
Who's that?
Nightbot's a
That
bit
is the point.
overzealous. It
Oh,
Yeah,
seems.
I can't get
Oh.
it.
I've turned it off now. You can do your
totally blacked
Hardara
out as
all in
well,
capitals.
But it's
this
just-
one.
yeah.
Do you have any other counter charges? That's it, right?
No, it's just that one guy.
Look at that.
And he normally is too far back to even do anything.
Yep. Right.
If you're going to get in my grill.
Wait, what?
Get all up in your grill.
You've clearly not
I've been lied
turned it
to.
off.
I've literally clicked on it and said disabled.
Basic.
With the little
Oh, I
box
see.
in the line. If you just
I can see it disabled. Right, if I
it's
just
facing all
disable
the way to
everything.
the left. Is that right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll some blocks now. So right, that's 6. So you're at 14. I'm
Yep.
now at 8, so I need a 6.
Oh yeah.
I definitely get you.
I'm not
and-
sure if that means
It's
anything, 'cause I'm
number 4, is that
typing
right?
it.
Yep, and takes it down.
So that is a sword
assuming that
of
it doesn't
Wurmwood,
stop me,
and I don't
but-
think it's a corpse for the populace.
Let's see if it stops me.
Did you want to move your third tentacle?
There you go. You just have to
That's
disable
the
everything
plan, Yep.
for it to work.
Simple.
There is actually some bot commands that I have done. We have.
Also, want to make me a moderator?
That sounds like I have to do something.
Oh, fair point.
So in a bit. Right, command-wise, you've got
So this boy is on
exclamation mark
fire.
commands,
Mhm.
which tells you all the
Yep.
commands. We've got Discord one, which gives you a link to our
Where's my
Discord. You've got the
boss?
League one, which gives you the link to the League, and then you've got a
He's
YouTube
on
one, which
fire.
sends you to the YouTube page with all of our other vids.
Cool.
Oh,
That's
cute.
that unit done. Right. So. But I think I'm going to just run the.
Also, do you know how to make somebody a moderator?
I do not.
Well, there you go then.
He's going to pick on the +2 arm and.
Is this
Spectora.
Blightbringer just
Yeah.
going to sit in the forest for the whole
Yeah.
game then? I don't think it's going right. I don't think it's going to toe the zone.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely got block it here. So Barry, you looking forward to your fun stream game next weekend?
Yeah, yeah.
Got Kados / Trolls versus Tax 2 or other caster in Legion.
Yeah. If I bring dire trolls, I can snack it. Oh no, it's like Swan. Never mind.
Barry, will you stop getting excited about trolls? You always let yourself down afterwards.
I do, don't I?
Why'd you do this to me?
So very
I just want a
exciting.
faction to. I just want to enjoy my faction. Let me be.
You can enjoy your faction when the new theme force comes out for minions.
11, right?
Yeah, you haven't propped vengeance, so it's just 11.
If it's a minions only theme, I'm gonna be so sad.
I expect a very minor rage moment from you, Barry, if it's a minions theme.
Legitimately, if it's minions only, I'll be so grumpy.
Also, I feel like we haven't done it this stream yet, so
Oh,
shout out to Raid Shadow Legends.
You're on fire,
NordVPN.
guy.
And in honour of Mr. Markleberry, the Knights Machine 2 has gone up.
True, it has.
I'm assuming
go
that
there.
he's unconscious due to zero sleep.
It's his normal state, let's face it.
I mean, he fell asleep last night whilst we were streaming the game. Like, he came into the call, I want to say about
Alright.
1:30, and was like, oh yeah, I'll write up in a bit. And then he woke up about 4:30.
So,
Also, in chat, let me know if you are struggling to hear Dom/Yarn, if they need turning up a little bit.
Oh, Jan's taken a while for his first term.
He has, but the second Blightbringer's moved.
sort of random.
We're back to one on the table, team. That's the main thing.
Fantastic
Right,
progress.
these dudes.
Appreciate progress.
Cheers.
I mean, his plan
The
here is
helmet-
definitely just a case of I run everything forward, try to kill it all.
The helmet tentacles appear to not kill anything, which is interesting.
So, that could be where we was talking about souls for.
Oh no,
Well,
it was a
earlier-
single. It was a single dude. Sorry.
Killed it, realised he was going to give him souls, went, nah, I'm going to stop now.
A feast.
Key thing is he's engaged all of them though,
Hmm.
which means he's just forcing him to deal with them in a certain order.
If there's anything I know about Dom, is his order of activation is pristine.
That's what we're going with.
We're going with pristine. Yeah,
We're telling the rest of the world.
pristine.
Okay.
But you
No-
don't get top 10 in the Welsh by subreading without pristine
Order of
activations. Yeah, just doesn't happen.
Okay. I might sound a little bit skeptical here.
It's almost like you don't come second in nationals without buying a new faction.
Thank you, Ryan.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So there we go. Go Labs moves over to the right hand side, potentially to help score that zone. So, which is really
Boom Box is
unfortunate.
running.
I just think we're not going to see as much out of Go Lab as we need to this game, if that's where he's going to be.
I mean, maybe he can just threaten stuff on the right hand side and then go in, but you can't go too far forward because otherwise he's just going to die anyway.
What from? There's nothing on circle-sided threads. Not like there's,
Like anything there can kill him.
it's not like there's two models that routinely take down gargantuans and colossals.
Yeah.
That'd
Right?
be just fucking great.
I feel like the Stranglehold alone can just do a number on him.
It's not great, I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah, but then what you do is you just kill a whole bunch of tentacles around him and he heals up. There you go. Chopped up.
There you go. Right. That is me, Dom.
Do we see any good Hellmouths here?
15 minutes? Ugh.
Not bad.
So, how far does
Okay,
Hellmouth threaten
right,
from
so
the
I probably-
Gallows Groves?
Am I ambushing this turn?
From the Gallows Groves?
Like,
Or
Hey,
through the Gallows Groves, you mean?
Spellmarter.
Well, so the Gallows Groves,
They
what, place
port
5?
5, yeah.
So we're looking at
Spellmarter
13
two
inches from
chosen.
their current placement, yeah?
Okay,
Could work.
maybe. Is it going to get any better than that? Is the question I always ask myself. Enough so that I actually get something from them.
Yeah.
So if Wurmwood
yeah,
got one
no,
soul
no,
from that blood
no,
track
no.
died, he can potentially cast
I mean, it helps if
2
you can at least hit me from all
Hellmouths
angles in one go.
this
as well.
turn.
Yeah, exactly. So right, so
Which is interesting. I can't really see much that you get from it though without
oh yeah,
spending
no,
a lot of
it's deployment
resources.
lines. And then it gives you the little ambush line.
Oh, cool.
No, I think you're right. If he's going to go for any play, he's going to go for
Ah, okay.
Stranglehold.
Yeah,
Nice
see,
guy.
I
Yeah,
know
man.
I think
Yeah,
you
I don't fucking
you
know
just-
what's going on.
reduce the amount of stuff that can go into this feat as well.
Cool. There. So we're gonna get as many as possible.
And where most of these things have got Pathfinder as well,
chosen guns.
that's where you start to see the Stranglehold come out more.
That's where you what? Sorry.
Start to see the Stranglehold come out more when they don't really
I've
have
done
issues
what I
with
always
the
do with
Pathfinder.
ambushers and just forgot about them.
Yeah, forget that they exist.
Yeah, no worries.
What's the armor of a chosen? It's like 19.
So
there'll be
we've got Gallows
17
Grove
normally, and
in
then
range of
there'll
Golub.
be 19 in the Black Grove.
For Stranglehold.
Cool.
So I'm pretty sure you take that.
Yeah,
Do you this turn?
Right.
Does Stranglehold actually achieve anything this turn?
So if we
Depends on how
can,
far
we
he moves
get
up.
3 girls on each chosen.
I mean, is he going to move up more than 7
Might be
without
possible.
engaging anyway?
Definitely the top
Uh,
one.
I don't see why not. I honestly don't see why you wouldn't just advance your army here. That's what your feat's for.
Oh yeah, I think I can actually.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at it from a different point of view. I understand what you mean. You're looking at it from Wurmwood pushing his army forward.
And then
Yeah.
Power Specs will just charge the Spellmarter. What's the Spellmarter stats? Bad, right?
13, 11, I believe.
Like
is
he's
what
going to be
box.
jamming up some of these chosen here.
Paper
Power
mache.
Specs should be able to.
Nope,
You
so that'll be
maybe
12,
Stranglehold some
okay?
chosen, but I don't
Oh,
think
yeah,
that's
one
worth it because they've got the
Yeah.
armor buff.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it's
Uh,
really
right,
hard.
The
so-
armor's getting a bit too
I'm gonna
bad, so
definitely be setting
you probably
3
do it on the
Golubs
Blightbringer.
on fire,
and
Because it's
I'll
always
go
funny
like-
when you do it to the Lightbringer.
'cause they're
I mean,
all
you're just
dying.
saying you're shooting or staying there.
Okay, so that's my ambushers in. Right, so
And it just gives you more time to deal
control
with-
phase. You see, I'm smart. I know that I have a control phase. I'll leech all of my fury,
So BRB.
and then his his one soul turns into another one. So I've got 8 fury this turn.
8 Fury, what you gonna do with all that Fury?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to upkeep.
So when was the
my
last time you
forest.
played into
Yep.
Anamag or
okay,
Wurmwood,
Okay,
Barry?
I see
Right.
how it is.
Let's
Is it
have a
because
think.
soon everything
Anamag
is
would have
going
been
to be forest?
probably
Everything
at
is
least
very
over a
soon
year
to be
ago,
forest.
Okay, I
maybe a
see
year and a
how
half
this
ago.
Don't you worry yourself.
Wormwood.
Okay.
Do you know what? Wormwood was the last time I played at Nationals.
Oh, jeez, how far back are we calling that?
3 years ago. Now, yeah.
No.
A lot of things have changed for Wurmwood since then.
I was running Maddox with Storm Blades. Maddox double Storm Blades. Double Storm Blades, a Storm Strider,
Cool. Let's just do the ambushes then. 'cause
a Stormclad, and I think Brickhouse at the
stuff.
time.
Yeah.
Was
unless
that
there's
just
a way
after
that
it'd been
I can
released?
curse
It's
each
like, I am
other's-
playing
yeah,
this model.
I don't think I can
Yeah,
do
My
it.
one
So-
chosen is currently not standing on the
Yeah, and
flag, by
I
the
have
way,
spent
that's not a good
£56
idea.
on this model. I
Yeah,
want
that's
to
fine.
put it on the
I mean,
table.
hopefully you'll be dead soon. and we'll just, it won't be
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll just call it like
So,
we're back to normal.
That was, I think, that was the
Cool.
last time I
So,
played Wormwood.
Blood Weavers will charge.
I'm
So,
trying to think if I played Jacob.
3 at the top are going for
Some
the top
point
chosen
with
on the
it, but I
flag.
don't think I
3 at the
did.
bottom going for the bottom chosen. Haruspex is going for the spell.
Oh no! I tell you what, I did play it after that. I played it
This
at
girl is gonna
what do you
come
call it? A champions event
Where?
because I lost 8 trenches top of
Her
1
fire on.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Hellmouth.
she's definitely
to a
gonna
Hellmouth. Yeah, they're all in a trench dug in. The Hellmouth doesn't care.
I'm not gonna be able to get
Oh,
3 on
no,
that
it
guy,
doesn't.
am I?
That's why Hellmouth's such a good spell. It gets around
Yeah.
so many things.
Because of the way
Yeah,
your spell
so that
master is
was
positioned.
quite upsetting.
Was,
Did you not
like,
pass any
there was
tough
some
rolls?
thinking involved in that. I
I-
thought I could
I
maybe make a bit
think
of
I-
a wall
no.
around him.
Sad
Do you
time.
know what the best thing
Not
was,
as much
Ryan?
as they had to
The
come.
whole shtick of that list.
Yeah. So
It was Siege 2
two
double
will do,
blockhouse.
2 will do, it's fine.
Two's fine. That's more than enough.
Recursion.
I've seen how hard
And
those
Hellmouth
bitches
went.
hit.
Yeah, they hit pretty hard.
Yeah, it
So
was
then
sad
these ones
times.
Go in,
It was really sad times.
Oh, Dom ambushed.
That
Yeah,
sweet rear
going
facing
after
as
some
well.
chosen.
I don't get any benefit. I
I mean,
don't get any benefit.
So I think
do
that was
they-
last time.
have they got blessed or dispel as an
As
option?
straight as possible.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Must be a way to
What
go.
are
Or am I
we?
thinking
This
of
one will go
the
straight
Night
to-
Witch
yeah,
solo?
that's the one.
I might be thinking of
She's
the Night
gonna
Witch
get
solo.
in Slightly angled.
They've definitely got Grievous, which is
That-
always
That looks good.
exceptional against chosen.
Facing.
They're not
that way.
wolves,
Cool.
are they?
Yeah, so I
These
can
are
definitely get through on this guy.
the other ones.
She'll go that way. She will go that way.
Just, I don't know a huge amount about circle
So-
themes that aren't
Oh,
Secret
Jesus.
Masters.
Alright.
Get him.
Is this
I-
Wild Hunt?
Let's try to change
I have a
facing.
feeling. No. This is
There you go.
Oh, is it Devourer's
Right,
Ghost?
yes, that's the one. I don't think they do. I'm pretty sure it's
Put two
actually
on the
the
Yeah, why not?
solo.
Yeah, man. This is
the
the
ambush?
first world living right now.
The
Yeah.
unit. I know they've got Grievous
Huge
Wounds as their
charge,
attack
actually.
type.
Okay,
It's,
let's do the Haruspex first. 'cause
probably
she's
just- it's only the
more
Night
important.
Witch that's got the
She's
spells
gonna go
option.
there.
Fine. Cool. Set unit that's got Bond of Gristle and Bone on it though.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Can't tell.
Good.
Right, throw some blocks at me.
This is the last one.
I can't actually tell where Bond of Gristle and Bone went.
Alright, cool. So we'll do the Spell Martyr first because it's kind of easier. So 3 dice drop the lowest. Wait,
That
is there a way
number
to do that
4.
on here?
I mean, they're all in
No,
aura
I
range
think
of the
you
Light Ring, so
Oh,
they're
they
all going to be
possibly
armor
could.
19.
Like, you just roll 3 dice and just take one away.
Yeah.
But then we've got
Alright, yeah. So it's 8. It's going to hit. And then it's
Signs of
power
Force
11
effect
for
from
dice
the
drop the
UA
lowest.
on that unit, so we potentially get some good work out here.
Let's do the top ones then.
Killing a couple of
So
chosen, especially that one that's
Mat,
on
well,
the
it's
flag.
effectively Mat 8.
Oh, it's gone on the Hellmouth team.
So
Yeah, that'll do. That'll just about do,
Okay,
yeah.
that's why
and
I
then
was looking at
power
every other
11.
unit.
Yeah,
So
so
off
did I.
8.
I just clicked on every single model in the stream.
Drop the lowest.
Hellmouth is
So that is
That's-
3 damage. And this is
Is
Grievous.
actually
as
just
well.
a,
So-
I,
Oh, fuck off
amusing
with
choice.
your
I always find it
Yeah.
amusing when we've got like armor 20, armor 22,
I was
impervious
so
slash
looking forward to
Hellmouths.
rolling a D3 there.
They're quite difficult to kill,
Cool. I
quite
mean,
frustrating to kill.
he's got,
It's
what,
enjoyable
5
watching your
boxes
opponent get
left
upset about it.
Yeah, 5 boxes remaining.
okay, so this is probably not going to
This
kill him.
is this the top guy, yeah?
Yes, this is the top one. So, this next attack, so he's already Grievous now, so I'll do the next one as Bloodburst, so if he
Nice.
happens to die from this.
Doesn't it?
So it hits,
Right up until that
and then
moment.
off
spoke to
8, so I need to roll
That was a
a
hit,
lot.
so.
That'll do it.
6 damage, hey! So, leave him there for a second. Let me read what Bloodburst does.
Tom's getting
because
excited by his own dice rolls there. Fantastic.
I never use it, because it's never
Yeah.
really relevant. Let's look. So, center a 5-inch AoE on the box model. So, add widget, 5-inch ring, centered on him.
Looks like it hits 2 chosen.
2 chosen, so they take a blast damage roll with a
We're
power
just ignoring
equal to
that
the
illegal
box
game
model's
state model on the
strength.
flag.
So what's the
I know.
strength of the
Well,
AoE?
hopefully he's going to die in a moment.
I'm very excited.
then it won't be a
for
problem.
And then it's fine.
Attack.
He's
I
dead.
won't have to be hurt by
He
it.
is dead.
It's dead. Fantastic.
Okay.
The real one is here. He's currently
Okay.
working out if Bloodburst.
So do I roll 1 die on the Hellmouth?
I mean, the answer's no, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose you would.
Okay, so
You can't do anything to the Hellmouth anyway, don't worry about it.
cool. So on the other
Like,
thing,
chosen strength is.
Yep.
It's
So
their base
it's
strip,
on
isn't it?
no
So it's going to be
damage.
like 11 or something.
It did
Alright,
nothing.
and that can go away. Cool. All right, so
It's gotta
number
be lower than
4 is.
So you're 2 chosen, yeah? So you can hit the top one as well.
Oh no, so that was the Hellmouth was the top one. Because I
Oh,
just
that's
killed
a
number
Hellmouth, that's a
4.
Hellmouth, never mind.
Yeah, no, so it wouldn't do any damage to him. Cool. So number 4 is dead.
So do we think
Right
And
on.
then
popping
we'll
the
do
ambushes
3
out this
attacks
early was
on
the right
number 5.
choice?
So first one, obviously Grievous, which
Should he have held on
That's
to
it.
until after the feat?
Ooh, is it? No, because you're Matt
I
8.
don't know.
aren't you?
It's really
Yeah, I'm at
forcing.
8.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. No, wait, you take one away, don't you?
It really forces some more issues in regards with this feat as
I
well.
probably should
You
have
get a 2 and a 1.
Like, there's not a huge amount engaged by it, but
Shit.
he has to deal with it.
Do you want to roll a dice? If it's
Yeah,
a
should we
5
keep
and
three
6,
of it?
it's the back one.
Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, no, it was the top one, so she misses then. Because death
Righto.
12, right?
Yep.
That's
I
annoying.
suppose he's not
Okay.
going to have a great deal there.
Don't worry, you
Wants
only
to
need
commit
2 to
over
kill
that
him.
side to deal with him either.
Alright, so next one,
Right,
Doom
there's-
Grievous again. Oh, well, yeah, that'll do.
7 models,
And then
so he needs to be
Pow,
able to choose 7 attacks to wipe the whole unit out.
okay. So drop the lowest, that is 6
Or
damage.
off an AoE on
Yep.
from the Blight Ring, but that means the
And
AoE is
then the
not going
last
anywhere
one,
else.
so Grievous now, we're doing Blood Burst.
But this is my point. What else
Come on.
would the Blight Ring have been able to shoot
Yeah,
on this
that kills
turn?
him, so
If
add
Wurmwood pops
widget,
feet.
5-inch ring, centered on him. Yes,
That's
we
why I
catch a
wonder if it's
chef.
the right-
That's the most
right
important.
time to
So
do this or
uncool,
not.
So uncool.
I don't
All
I
of
think
that ball
just the
pressure
chef
goes
though.
after this turn.
So
Yep.
it takes a
In
power
terms of
9.
the feet,
That's probably the death
The
of the chef.
ambush.
He is on 12.
Yep, he's dead.
I just think Young gets to
God
relax a
damn,
little bit,
that's actually the first time that's done.
worrying where all of that stuff's going to go.
Yeah, I mean that was Blood
That's pretty
Weavers.
cool. That's pretty
Love
cool.
those girls, they're so good. Cool. So we killed 2 chosen and a chef and a spellmaster.
That's not
So I don't think that's too bad.
at all.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
I don't think 2 chosen's too
Right.
bad. Yeah.
Now to work out how I do the rest of my turn. Because like that's the easy bit. That's how.
It's going to make contesting the
The rest is
rectangle
a
on the
mess.
left-hand side
Yeah.
quite a bit more difficult for Jan, I'd have thought, right?
Uh,
I know you got Helmut tentacle.
You
but-
got that Hellmouth that just is
Oh, right,
going
yeah.
to refuse to die.
Yeah.
Because he's got all the buffs on it currently.
fair.
I have to say, he definitely picked the right side
Those
to ambush
tentacles are in my face.
onto, because if he ambushes onto the other side, the warmongers deal with him very trivially.
I can kill just one.
Like one warmonger
Freeze up
just
3
kills
blood
all of them
dragons.
that happen to be in range. Because he'll be mat 10.
Ooh.
Like, that's pretty trivial.
It's a good point from the.
It's really annoying. You
Pablo
know when you like
in
you've
chat.
got a plan, but
Which is
it
what-
sort
There's,
of
there's no
relies on
solos on the left-hand
moving
side now
your
for Jan.
entire army.
Yeah, you got
I don't
Boombox,
actually,
but
that presupposes
Boombox
the
can
fact
probably
that I
run
have a
there.
plan.
But if you go for
So
a
what I'm
stronghold
thinking is, it
plan,
would be really
I'm
nice
not sure you can get
if
in there.
that white main could charge tentacle number 2,
Oh,
Yeah.
you definitely
because then
can't.
he'd
He's
be
only
power
speed 5.
15 with 2 dice, which is probably
Is
kills.
he
it.
definitely in range?
Yeah.
Even
Problem is, in
if
order
he
to
runs?
charge, I need to move Lord of the Feast.
So it's really
first,
hard to judge distances on this thing.
And then
No,
I'm
it's
committing
not.
to where I'm putting.
can just
Lord
click
of
on
the
the
Feast. What I'm
flag.
thinking is, he probably just needs. To, actually, the other thing. So I want to
Yeah.
give him corpses from the pot first.
Oh,
So then I need to
Yeah,
move
it's
the
a really
pot,
good
but then I
point.
need to move the Dooney out of the way.
Yeah, where he's killed the spellmasters that died.
This is every time I play against you with Thor and Radom, all I do is I chuck the tentacles in your face and then laugh at you for 15 minutes when you try and figure out how to
Yeah.
unstick yourself.
I'll tell you what, though. Actually, this makes it easier.
Yeah.
If I just come in like that with the pot. Oh, shit.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. The pot will just go to there.
Perfect.
Oh shit, I need to be that far forward. Cool. It's going to generate D3 corpses, which is 2 again. Just going to give to Lord of the Feast as well.
Boy. Who did you
Cool.
give the corpses to the first time, sorry?
Call.
Okay.
My little super secret tech that no one agrees with me is a good idea.
What do they know anyway?
Exactly. It's not like they're pro players. Not like that. Cool. All right.
Yeah,
So
there was
Lord
no
of the
need
Feast
for
can
that
move
spell
now,
master to
so
be
he's
there.
going to just get
That
out
close.
ways. He's
He
going to
could be
go like right
far
up
more
close
to the
that
right.
Yeah.
building to try and not be
Still
pullable.
being in range of the flag and threatening any gallows
yeah,
that
that's
he
probably
might have wanted to
fine.
do.
Then I've freed up a nice little space for my white main to charge. So he's going to charge just as far as he needs to, like so.
Happy pub day, everyone.
There. So he's max
Oh,
8,
is this a day that people are allowed to go to the pub?
10 on the
Yeah.
tentacle.
First pub day.
Where's your white man?
First of
Or one meeting all day.
Yep, yeah, I see him there.
Cool. So
And
he
also
hits.
For the people who
He
are
does.
And then
So-
determined to get
15,
drunk
so we need
at a pub
3
now that
to
they're
kill,
able
is
to
that
go
right?
back.
Or
So
feeling
I'm
really
now
bold.
on 19
Happy
of that
start of
tentacle.
wave 2
So I need
day.
5 to kill the 2.
And 1 dice.
So it's a charge, so I still get 2.
Oh, right, could he charge? Okay, never mind.
So, yeah, kills it. Nice.
What's Dom rolling dice for now?
Yes, it's cool.
This is for killing a
Nice,
tentacle.
sushi.
Oh no, not a whole tentacle.
Yeah.
Curious how
Oof,
Dom's
this
going to
is not
score
be a
his
good turn,
flag.
is it?
Oof, wow.
He just puts a gallows grove on it.
Where's the gallows?
All right.
There's
See
two
those two
directly
models
behind
right
them.
behind the
Now I've got
flag?
another order of activation.
Oh, I thought they were part of a unit. They're numbered 2 and 3. I was like, oh, they're part of a unit.
Before I activate the.
I am not a smart man.
Yeah.
And that also means.
No,
Wormwood
don't put
activated
yourself
and
down,
that kind
okay.
of
I'm
this turn.
I'm
Wait,
here.
the other people here.
So,
I'm here as the stand-in for people in chat who might not understand what's going on, but are too afraid to
I
ask.
might still be alright. I might actually be-
The real question is if.
'cause
Do you know what? We
actually
haven't talked
from
about
where
at
he
all here,
is-
actually, now that I've just thought about it.
Oh, where's that thing that you
Is
can
there
do?
any
You
very
can
nice
put, like,
Lord
a
of the Feast plays that can
command
happen?
range.
I mean, it's Lord of the Feast
Right.
post nerf, so it's not as fun.
Oh shit, that's right.
Alright,
it's now
so
in
here's the real
March.
question. Can he get onto Gorak?
Yeah, so it's 10.
Because if he can get to Gorak,
Which is obviously
then that
still
is a
really
fantastic
That's still good, especially
use of
'cause you
what
can't
he
be
can do.
dragged, which is
Tentacles
my
on
only
melee
way of
range
getting to
2.
it.
It might be a bit tricky with the tentacle where it is.
I'm sure there's a way of.
He's
putting
14.6
some
inches
command
away
range
from
that
Blighted
can't
Ogre and
happen.
Wurmwood number 5.
Right, correct me if I'm wrong, because I had the
Oh,
happiness of
definitely
never
get
really having to
on,
play into Thon. I was playing
Vassal.
Harvey, so
Yeah.
is it you can charge something, shoot, and then make a fresher afterwards?
I'll take your word for it.
No. Yes,
I
yes, you
mean,
can.
yeah.
So you can charge something because he's got dual attacks. So it doesn't matter if he's engaged by the tentacle.
Oh,
would be nice
oh
to
okay, then
get-
yeah, I
what's
reckon he
the-
can get there.
So, like, bring a
Because
trample.
conveniently,
like,
Midnight
8,
Archons say
I can get
Thon,
it, yeah.
no?
and then 2 inches. Okay, so
Of
I'm
course they do.
I'm 10.2 inches.
If-
away
what's the
from
range on him?
Tokyo,
10?
So I probably should feed
8.
from where I
I'm
am
pretty sure they
10.
reduced the range of the bird to 8 as part
Okay.
of his
There it is.
rebalance.
Aura size 10.
Maybe how close
Or
is
colour.
that? 2.9 inches. A medium base is 30 mil, which is
So
just
that's
a.
what my people-
Ooh.
Is that good enough?
I don't know if there's a play to get it there.
So Helmouth
So
Tentacle
I reckon
2.
it can-
Right,
Well,
it's over
I
there.
mean, it doesn't matter now.
Fair.
Although he's deliberately leaving a gap there. He's deliberately leaving a gap there. I don't know why.
You gotta do that first.
Is it because he wants to walk Getrix and not run him?
Yeah, okay. Getrix is gonna charge.
Paul reckons that he's already
Actually,
depleted.
he's going over a shifting stone there. Getrix gonna charge.
Fair enough.
Right, so
That.
Barry, this is where we assume that Wormwood's not going to feed for the whole game, right?
I mean, you did make a point of
Basically,
asking
I
them.
want it so that I can't
So,
be pulled.
Clearly,
so
it hasn't happened.
Yeah. Look how nice that is, right?
There's no
On-
token on the table. It's not there.
Look how nice that is in comparison to on the table, right? You actually know
Cool,
where the
so-
feet is.
Charge attack
There
is
is
max
one major
7.
advantage
I think
of
Getrix
playing
cover
online is when you've
So
got
get
feats
12.
like this. The
Uh,
Harvey
so
one,
we need a 5.
huge.
You know what we
as
need?
well.
We need somebody to make the Mark II Bilethrall template for Wormwood.
Is
for his
so
feet.
we're obviously looking for
Oh,
It's just a
bit of
giant
doubt.
ring.
19, yeah.
Jacob has one somewhere. He's got
Muzzle
a
spine growth as
old
well.
old Wormwood feet circle.
Yep.
I mean,
And
it's
it-
a slab,
Right, I
isn't it?
think that's the only
It's
other
bits
person
of
that
a
can
circle
still
that's
fall
whatever his command range plus his base size was.
Yeah,
It was
sure.
amazing.
So I think getting Lord of the Feast into the back
Okay,
and
Wormwood's
killing
gonna go. He's gonna cast,
Gorag and maybe a Warmonger
Curse of
plus a
Shadows
Spell
for
Martyr
three.
would have been a good play this turn.
Curse of Shadows for 3.
Like to clean
at
that.
The chosen.
You're removing that
Problem.
Pathfinder option, which we discussed earlier, which is just
So Death of the
huge.
Chosen is 12.
and then they threat
Alright.
less than
Need a
Ravagers
5.
or anything else
I think I'm
on
gonna
the
just
circle side of the
ballsy
board.
Roll it. Gets it.
Yep.
Curse of Shadows
Not
on those
removing that option
guys.
means you just have to carry on respecting
Also, I'm
it.
going to get out the template for anyone that never experienced the Mark II experience.
Cool. So he's got how much left? He's got 5. He's gonna cast.
What, the bile throw one?
Yeah, right. So there you go. I'll put it to the side.
He's gonna feed.
So that is the ridiculousness that was the template for the Bilethrall Mark II.
I'm glad I
wanna
didn't
rather
play
just
Mark
cast
II
three spells
very much.
first when you can still see.
It was
Yeah, I don't think.
glorious.
I don't think.
I got
think
very
I've just
upset by
cast
that.
in
It
a rapid
was
growth.
not gonna
ridiculous.
lie.
Honestly, it just killed anything.
Which is
It's great.
Another 3. The spiny growth is up, and then I get a rapid growth. So add widget. 4-inch ring. So I can just extend my feet in one
Paul,
direction.
join in the general chat and then I'll move you over.
So I could put it
I
like
can't do it unless you're in a voice channel.
there, for example. So it's
Yeah.
like you struggle to see my flag as easily.
You're inviting someone that knows what they're doing. I didn't sign up for this.
Bit rude.
Or
Bit rude.
no, this doesn't. It's, like nowhere else really seems worth. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Cool. And that is Wurmwood.
There you go.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Right. Okay. Let's do the blood trackers now. Then.
Not
So
bad. Not bad.
they are gonna.
Is there a link for the game?
Naturally
Yes, I will find said link. Where did I post it?
I
It's
can
in the
probably
Judge
help you.
channel on it.
walk to. She
Yeah,
just
it
wants
was,
to stay outside of your 2 inches.
Oh, I don't want to open that again.
But inside of 3 inches, so
Oh, you
she
did
can
it, or
see
do you
you
want
to
me to?
shoot, but you can't. She's not within your melee range. Is the plan?
Oh, sorry. You said you were doing
Let's
it,
go.
so I just assumed you were doing it, like you'd said.
I think it's a fair assumption.
With that,
Barry.
you just have to move the facing.
Forgive me for.
Yeah,
I should
I'm
never
not- so you're
assume
running
because
combat.
Ryan won't do it.
So she'll,
Kind of, we're rubbing butts. We're
Yeah.
scooting past each other.
Pardon me. Right.
Yes, pardon me. It's like on the airplane when you're trying to get
Yeah.
past. Basically.
There we go.
Right. So
Two links.
yeah, you
Thank you.
engaged that girl
Yep.
quite
Just
effectively.
really
both of
determined to
them.
make sure you've got
So-
access. That's what it
Oh, it's amazing. She. You know, I'll take the.
Sorry, have I missed something? What's that?
I'll take the free
Circle,
strike from
the circular template on the right hand
Oh.
side, clear
There you
one.
go.
I imagine it's a
so
rapid
just
growth.
to me,
Yeah.
So
Def
That would
14.
make perfect sense because he's got 14 inch control range, his feet's 10 inches, and that's a 4-inch circle.
And it also makes more sense because it's
Yeah.
Dom, and he clearly would have deleted the last template
turn.
instead of just moving it.
My and your turn. Or is it my
It's just
turn?
too
No, it's
late
just your
to
turn. I think round.
sort it out, sure.
Let's roll.
So
How about you?
Yep.
I feel as though these
She's gonna be dead.
trackers should have
Armor
probably
11 's
activated
fine.
before when repeated.
The good thing is.
Yeah, I'm not
that
sure
is
why
a
Wormwood
soul
featured
for
so
Wormwood.
early. I think he's missed out on a few things he could have done because he's done it in that order.
Synergy going on
So
Yeah,
you're
he could have probably
surprisingly
cleared
far
off another couple of
Cool.
chosen.
So that
At
girl
least
just
one, I
getting
imagine.
Alright.
And
Waste
then
not,
no
want
button.
not. You know. He's
he's
going.
surprisingly far back
Ravages.
to what I was expecting. Yeah.
Like if the Ravagers came forward and cleared the
What did you say?
tentacles,
Where is the pot? Or where is
the
it?
trackers could then
What did you
probably
say?
do a decent bit of
Don't
work for
worry,
chosen.
I'm just ad-libbing random bullshit.
Yeah, all he needs to do is roll like trip sixes
Alright,
again,
Noala is just going to keep them.
remove
I mean, that's
a conflux.
And whatever it's called.
Question
Alright,
mark?
cool. So one melee
Oh,
attack
Lord.
on
Please
the
don't.
prey target.
Flashbacks.
So mat 8. Oh, mat 9 actually, because we've got a white main.
It's too soon.
It's going to hit. And then it's one die.
It's
Power
fine.
11.
It's not. It's not
I need-
Mad
I
Rat
need to
One
roll
tough
a
rolls.
six.
This will be only on 17.
Arm system. Cool. So I need to roll a hard
It'll never not be
6.
too soon for that.
Ooh.
Megalith trying to kill a.
And then we're going to mini
single gunblade.
prey to
Didn't
the
happen.
chosen with the green labels. So
Good old Mad Rat 1.
remove blood tracker prey. Those
Oh.
guys add blood trackers prey.
So Paul,
time
you
is
missed the mess that was
Cool.
on
right,
the stream
so-
last night.
So the
Oh, yeah?
Batgirl is
Yeah,
going
so
to make
I've had to cut loads of stuff out before I upload it onto YouTube.
Number 1.
Oh God. What
Uh,
Did I
happened?
get covered from the
Because
front?
Mark put up his
Yeah, you
post
get-
about
you
the
get concealment,
VTC.
yeah, so you're a
So I was doing all the admin stuff in the background
14,
in
woohoo!
regards to people's emails.
Right.
And then that was just fully on stream.
I'm now
So I've had to cut that out.
The first one.
And then
Yeah.
we
and
had
then
the
it's
stream
how
slide soon bit up for like 20 minutes in the beginning.
effectively
Whilst we were talking all about
13
Just
positioning.
pure
Actually, no,
professionalism.
professional. You know, it was 2 a.m.
I love it.
17. Because
That has been the byword of today, hasn't
the
it?
Curse of Shadow.
Professional.
Curse of Shadow?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So it's off
That's
6.
dice off 6.
3 dice. That's 6 damage.
Oof.
Where did Dom's
Okay,
time go?
then-
You get to heal from these.
He spent quite a while this turn. I
It's
think.
like that one turn, yeah.
So 5 damage.
Dom is well known for
Okay,
utilising a
second
lot of
girl,
time on
5
not a
to
lot.
hit. She hits.
I did even more
And then
time
it's dice off
to normal.
Again,
6.
1
Oof.
damage.
9.
That's what we
Yeah, I
got.
just don't see why Wormwood's not further forward. Like, there's not a huge amount of frame.
Yeah, you could afford to be more aggressive here. I
You
think.
hit me with the healing
Like
stick. Thank
probably
you.
where the cavalry model ended up,
Okay, last one.
Yeah.
Hits, thankfully.
because
and
at the
here we
moment
go.
he can. Like, you expect to see the whole of that middle zone. I feel covered by the feet.
Yeah.
That's way more
could
than
be sort of
anything like that.
Face to face with that building.
Yeah,
Honestly, the amount of resources I put into killing one chosen. problem.
Right, okay, so he's on 5.
Jesus.
Did he even throw any stranglehold now?
They have repo at least, so I could back off.
I'm
I don't
sorry
see
that
anything
your
with a token on it.
one
but-
wound models didn't kill the
Let's actually put this back
chosen
onto Dom's clock because he's not done yet.
Real salty, but... Okay. She's going to
It seems
repo
really
forwards
bizarre
because
not to
it's
see
something
any
I would
strangleholds
like
from
to
him
do.
either.
Yeah.
Just with one of them, just to be like,
Like,
You would have expected one onto Blightbringer at the very least.
yeah, at least.
should just get
Because Blightbringer doesn't get any bonuses here, does he?
I think Golab would be a better target.
Do you have an
So,
AoE from
I was saying this, but at the moment, it's not like he hasn't actually gone up as far forward as I was thinking. So I was expecting Wurmwood to be further up the board, therefore the army being a lot further up the board. But it's just not, so I don't actually feel like the Golab one is that relevant here.
Right.
Which is why
Yeah, I think with how careful Dom has been, I don't think any strangleholds are really that impactful this turn.
Like, what's the
Like with
speed
the
on
plus
Golab?
the sorry,
What's the speed on Golab, Dean? Is it 7?
7.
So he's out of walking hit range on Garrix, which is something.
Yeah, you'd have to trample up, I think.
Yeah, which is just super inefficient for him.
Yeah, I mean you can apply Rotten Eye Joe, and you can apply.
But it wouldn't even worth it. Your armor, what?
Does Fury Strength work on him or the feet?
Neither does. What
Oh,
you
that's quite
do
unfortunate.
is work on warrior models, but then what you do is if you feet, you just
You
shove a
can
tentacle
run a
next to tentacle next to him.
yeah.
So the idea
So you can get up to, I think he's 14 and 2 13s, so you'd be up to 16 2 15s with finisher, and it would shut down his
cool. So
what's it called? Healing. Yeah.
Massive healing.
Yeah.
I'm sure
And I
Beatrix and
think
just
you may be able to get a spell martyr in there to hex blast off spiny growth as well. Possibly.
That way.
Should be able to. Hexblast's got a good range of 10.
yeah,
It's whether you
he's
can do that while not providing
14.1
cover.
away.
Yeah, I reckon you could probably tow in enough to get the line of sight through the forest.
Yeah.
It's close.
Anamag's got
It is
here.
close.
16 Hexblast.
Number 6
Don't really want
and
to be
number
Oh, what? Well, no, you could because you can run Rotten Eye up first,
that way.
so you can bring him down to a 14 again.
Is it worth losing him though for that? 'Cause I feel like you do just lose him.
That way to get the 3.
I mean, there's not really that much else
And
you
then
need him
the
for, I
other
think.
guy might as well be closer.
Like, because the Ravagers and
guys.
the Butt Trackers, you can get away with just using Cav Charges plus Carnage,
5.
and if needs be, the Blightbringer Aurora. Because you certainly don't need the Strength against Ravagers.
No, definitely not.
No, but
So I think
the
it'll be a
mini-feat-
worthwhile trade in this particular matchup, trading out Rotten Eye for because you can even have Rotten Eye sort of behind that building, and he's not trivial to remove there.
Actually, here's a real question to consider. If obviously I know forests are going to reduce the drag by half, but how much would he need to roll to be able to bring Getrix into a place where things can just charge him?
Maybe a 4, I would say. Like a 2-inch drag might be enough. Yeah, so I think like a 4, which is about 50-50, so it's not the end of the
Cool,
world.
so we've got 4 charge attacks.
Because you can even, if you drag him out from behind that building, you can then drag him with the Hellmouth as well.
Effectively 8 because of the
And
And if you get him with the Hellmouth, he's just massively dead.
Yeah, and you don't lose anything for it either that way.
Yeah,
to
I
be
think that's a
fair,
decent play, that.
you might be able to get away with a 1
Yeah,
there.
that kills it, doesn't it?
You might.
Which one is that?
It's very
Pencil
close.
number 1.
Like, this is the only problem here with when you can't put down stuff, but I reckon a 1 might do it,
corpse for
to be
that
honest.
guy.
Yeah,
And
you
and
need
if
to-
you are...
you need to roll a 2,
attack
don't you?
on tentacle number 3.
Because you need to move him 1 inch.
Let's see.
Yeah, yeah.
he
Yeah, so just to be clear.
hits and.
What did you gonna say, Paul?
kills.
I was saying that, actually it's irrelevant. I was going to say you might want to consider just double gallowsing, but he's only got 1 spell martyr on the right, so
Right.
probably not relevant.
So we'll put 1 gallows grove on the flag.
Did he start with
In
3?
fact, we'll come back
Yeah.
to that in a bit later.
Yeah, one got
First of all, we'll do Brigand Call.
killed by the
So-
Weavers though, didn't it?
And then the other one
I always
got
like-
killed really early on for some reason.
They're gonna
I can't remember
walk.
what.
Probably because he couldn't get Bond the Gristle and Bone out the way you wanted because he screwed it up. Most likely. number of times I've done that, like, oh, damn it. Such a waste, but it needs to happen now.
Ooh, actually.
If he does gallows here...
There. So if I was being dragged directly towards
what? Go for a...
towards the helmet, sorry. That would...
I don't feel like you can gallows and...
Getrix and stop.
Yeah, exactly.
So she will go there then.
What's it called?
And then Cole will go something.
Hex Blast, that's the one.
Like
I don't feel like you can do both in your activation. I wouldn't mind seeing a gallows and a carnage. Just making sure that you definitely hit that Getrix. Like, if you're going for this, I'd also potentially maybe think about feeding him.
Yeah, if you can get Getrix into a spot where you can get him, I think you do feed. Because, like, as I say, you don't. I mean, you certainly don't need Dark Shroud. I mean, Grievous Wounds would be handy, but the Blightbringer can shut down tough anyway, so it's not super relevant.
The Grievous just stops some of that stupidness from farm.
Is you probably don't need the Carnage if you Hex Blast, because at that point Gorag is getting down to defense 12 anyway. And
yeah, the only
7 or higher.
the only problem is that you're probably not going to hit him in the forest without a boost, and you can't afford to cast them both with a boost because they're both 3 cost.
Which is why I was thinking about Carnage, just because
Yeah.
if he's hitting that, if he's hitting Getrix after the thing he's gone, it's relevant. Also, the feat is actually really relevant here, just to shut down the healing as well. So because it means that he doesn't have to go in with Golab.
I think I would probably try and do both by committing Gorag. So I would run Gorag to below that structure, like as far down as he can while still having the line of sight. And then you're only needing 7s to hit him. And you can actually, like, you boost the Gallows and then you probably chance the Hex Blast.
Do you not feel like, though, you want the Warmongers to charge Getrix?
Moonhound's going to rile and run.
Like, with the feet up.
You've got both Chosen and Golab there. You don't need.
And more importantly, you've got the Hellmouth. Like, if you can get hits with the Hellmouth, the Maw will probably just kill him on its own, to be fair. Particularly if you're feating.
Because what you guys haven't spoken about yet as well, there is a lovely tracker all the way up for a free spell for Anamag.
Oh yeah, free spell. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic point.
Does she have to kill it in melee, or?
A friendly faction Blighted Ogren warrior model needs to kill something while in her control.
Ah, well in that case you can get all 3.
Yep.
Nice. You can get all 3 and probably boost the Hex Blast.
Yeah, that seems
fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. That.
Cool.
And if you feat your Chosen, certainly the top 2 are probably in a position where they can go and get in on the Ravagers. And under the feet, particularly if you can get Carnage up there, I think they'll absolutely kill at least.
I don't think you'll be able to get Carnage there. I feel like that might be asking a little bit too much.
It might be ambitious, yeah.
But
based on where she is. In fact, actually, no, not really, because where she is,
a couple of inches.
Yeah, she's already 14.7 from the closest one, so if she moves like an inch or 2 up, and has the Blightbringer sort of body blocking, most of the threat is coming from the left, so if the Blightbringer moves up in a way to kind of body block her.
Here would have gone for the Gallows, I think, with this tentacle.
Oh, what? I mean, that tentacle's just been placed in, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I 100% would have gone for that tentacle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like its placement because that's stopping.
I think that tentacle would probably be best right smack bang in the middle of all those Weavers, and then just shoot it with your Blightbringer.
Yeah.
And you could probably kill all but maybe one of them with one shot.
I do like doing that. That is a good tactic.
Bit rude.
Again, this is why I think you should have held the Blightbringer, because the Blightbringer gets to move and shoot now, and because the feet isn't being projected particularly far on the left-hand side, that's relevant.
If you get knocked down,
this is why I'm surprised we didn't see one. If the feet was further over left, protecting more, it would go deeper, then the stranglehold wouldn't be necessary.
If those 3 blood trackers would have forced tough, he would have gotten knocked down and then taken a point of damage.
Tentacle placement on the right is interesting. I think he may be going for this Gallows play. Although he's going to need to move those Warmongers first, I think. Oh, he just clicked confirm.
Someone accidentally clicked there, I think. There's no way he fits through that gap.
Sadly,
He's got flights, hasn't he?
No.
Spell Martyr.
Somehow does not have flight.
Oh,
I'm sorry, do you think
Pathfinder.
it's Infernals or something? Jesus.
Yeah, it's a Legion model. Come on.
Weren't Infernals based off of Legion?
Yes, they were.
Paper models with a decent output.
Yeah, paper models, squishiest models in the game.
And then they just plugged all of the weaknesses.
And then they thought, you know what? Should I make paper models a little bit better? Make them just armor 21 against everything.
Yeah. And also, I think if you're able to give them a good heavy, that also helps them quite a lot.
What? Torment, it's only 12 points, it can't be a good heavy. Yeah, good heavy is expensive.
So Dean, I was speaking to Paul the other day about how you fix Infernals, right? So what you do is you find
here we go again. Go on.
another game with the same looking models as Infernals. You get them to create a lawsuit, right? PP definitely bows down to lawsuits, is what I've seen. So just get them removed from the game completely. It'd be fun.
This way.
Just go for like a false
Genius.
Slanesh thing from Warhammer.
Wow.
Just get banned from
Again,
the universe.
for anyone watching this Legion versus Circle match,
Look, both Dom and Jan are not the quickest players, okay? We've got to fill the gaps in somewhere.
Well, I mean, it's basically the same thing, right? Like, we've got summoning here with the tentacles coming back.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
All right, I'm on board.
We've got paper models that are being buffed up with lots of different buffs. It's basically Infernals.
Anamag was the precursor to Infernals. This is where they tested all their
There's a
stuff.
huge base that shoots every turn.
So if you're
And makes things slightly better, slightly more convenient for your caster.
You're asking the
Yeah.
wrong person?
All we're missing is a Super Junior that summons letters.
And Tactician.
Do you need
Nice
to
to
have
yourself.
a rule, like, is it dual attack or gun platform?
There we
or-
go. Isn't the Legion Journey? The Legion Journeyman's fine, right? The Beast Mistress.
Beast Mistress is quite possibly the absolute best journeyman in the game. No, read that wrong. My
I
bad.
can just pop
Did
in
you say
for
word?
the,
I meant
well-
to say words. Did it wrong. Sorry.
I have seen a Beast Mistress one round and out Archon, so clearly okay.
How? I need to know how.
It was you! You did it!
I did it.
Happened.
the room
Yes.
that Barry is in.
I don't remember doing that.
I did.
It's when we played Chriso versus 71, I think it was.
Oh.
We had the tallies to say how many kills the
Barry.
Judicator had.
Pause the clock for
I
6
sorry.
minutes.
I
Barry, you
genuinely
are summoned.
I genuinely had wiped that from my memory playing Krista. I didn't quite try at all. I forgot. Was it a feated?
Oh,
I must have feated. There's no way she did it.
Because, we've got a judge call. This is very
I
rare.
think she did, but we'll say that she didn't just to make it more impressive.
Oh, like do they have the equivalent of dual attack?
Oh my
This
God.
AoE,
I'm
I'm
pretty sure
turning it
Gargs
green
can
because
always
it's like-
shoot even if they're engaged. Let me just do a quick check for it.
Oh, what's he been called in for?
I don't know.
I'm like
What's gone wrong?
99% sure, so.
Like,
it's
seriously,
not the
these
huge
two have
base
played
rule,
these casters enough.
it's
How can there
probably
be
the Great
any kind
Machine
of
rule?
issue?
Well, from what I've read on the internet, Devourer's host is literally just face roll, her go, push his arm at people. And Anamag's basically the same, right? So there shouldn't really be any strategy needed.
See, exactly. Although there is not a lot of farm in this list.
Yeah, although, to be fair, I think 1 unit of Ravagers is kind of the standard for most people. Like, I don't really see anyone run double. Besides,
Top ends out.
It
It was the key way to build lists. You just put both units in straight away. But
yeah, I mean, that's how I've always built lists, but,
Appreciated the whole.
like, there seems to be a lot of single Ravager
Thanks,
lists
Barry.
around.
welcome back, Barry. What was the issue?
Oh, it was where the Gargs can shoot even if they're engaged.
If what can?
A Gargantuan.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was pretty certain. I just wanted to make double check. That was some words. I just wanted to make double sure.
That's also
I
some words.
wanted to
I still
double
want to
check.
go on the second attempt.
There we go.
Oh my god! As we said, top tier players here.
Drop that off.
Also, seeing as it is stream and game relevant, Barry, an Anamag.
Go on. Which
What?
anime?
It's going
What?
to round up a bit further forward, but
Oh god, it is. Yeah.
it's still going.
An Anamag player.
Oh, you smashed it that time. That's really upsetting.
That just means you don't even need to do it again. You're just done.
For anyone out of the loop, I can't say "an" followed by "an" without stuttering a lot of the time. So really, Ryan is just making fun of a disability there.
Where was it?
You know what? I
it was
can't
Invo,
say
wasn't
I'm surprised.
It was
I
Invo
really
that
can't
this
say.
came out. It was Invitational.
Yeah,
It was
it
just after
was Invo, yeah.
the horror that was Mark and Dean with Dark Seduction in Champions that became a thing. Honestly, that has to be the single worst experience I've had at an event. That single bit coming out. Because I had to play to both of you. It's like, oh, my champion's doing nothing all game.
Yeah, it was not fun. I mean, I had that happen. My champion goes in, hits an impact attack on a cultist, Revelation triggers, and then he gets Dark Seduction before he can make his charge attack.
Did we ever work out what the resolution on that was? You just foul the charge attack?
I mean, I think so. I don't know. I don't know if we ever got a concrete ruling.
If only we had a really high-profile judge here who happened to be at the event.
That's a point, Dean. We actually discussed C-shaped forests last night as well.
Oh,
we did, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to go and find the two forum posts that aren't closed yet.
You know what we actually need in the game? We need Wurmwood's forest to not just be a circle. It needs to be a predefined C shape.
Yes.
It needs to be like wiggly, like a sort of jellyfish. Just have like wiggly tentacles coming off it.
Or, hear me out, if we have it just like the rings of an Infernals model, so little gaps in between.
Like a spiral.
Yeah. No, not like spiral, sorry, like rings.
No, it
You've got
needs
to
to
clearly
be...
define it
Three
from
concentric rings.
Oh, fantastic. Has anything happened in this game in the last 10
No.
minutes?
No.
They had a judge ruling.
Blightbringer looks like it's about to do some pew-pewing. Blow up some Bloodweavers.
Yeah.
Do it. I believe in you, Blightbringer.
Okay, we've rolled some dice.
Also dead.
See you in a bit. You guys are getting bimmed.
Very dead. Cool.
Have at you.
Yeah.
And then another one might burn to death.
Oh god, this is what it feels like.
Very big
Absolute scenes.
Big shout out to Barry with that flag there. In true tradition, all flags should have fire effects on them.
Not all flags.
I'm quite sad that this building in the top left is not like 0.1 of a millimeter more to the right.
Oh.
So we'd have like a tiny little pixel of the zone sticking out.
The only reason that building is there is because I know for a fact how much Brad hates that building.
That building is fantastic.
Paul,
Only actors with ghostly models.
Very awkward helmet.
what models are affected by the fire on that burning building?
Ghostly models.
Flying models?
No, they
It's
just
just a ghostly model walking
okay.
through.
It's just models with ghostly.
Okay.
It's fantastic. It makes me so happy.
Another screw you to Quicks players, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
we've got Carnage gone up on Anamag.
Oh.
There's nothing more
Nice.
annoying than having to ask a Crix player each time. It's like, you're going to take a free strike there, and them saying, no, I've got ghostly, and then I
That
do
was
this a
annoying.
lot.
I did that a lot. When Dean was playing Crix, I did that so much.
Just on every single model.
Per game. Just
I
like,
Well, Dean only
Wait.
played Banes, so it was every model.
It was every model.
Every single Bane he moved, just be like, do I get a free strike here?
Yeah, because this was back in the true days of Harvey playing when FM didn't exist, Paul. And I would have a raging headache after every single game because I had to play like not in theme, and I had like normal exemplars in it. Honestly, it was
a bastard.
it was a nightmare. Honestly, you actually had to think about things because your
Imagine
models weren't
having
armor
to
21.
like, yeah, imagine having to like think. That sounds really.
Although
lame.
I did at that point have Eye of Truth in there, which was a really cute defeat.
Oh yeah, because ignore armor buffs. Oh, that was a list and a half. I love
Rude.
that list.
And then Wax Sevi in there as well.
Sevi wasn't around then.
This is pretty...
I know, but you could.
oh, well.
Could have done.
Sevi, Eye of Truth, couple of Men Archons.
Oh my god, you know what? We're totally missing out. We should 100% have the Midnight Archons and Sevi just saying, so we have blessed power 17 feet damage.
Yeah, and then we do a double caster game with Malchus for the Weapon Master.
There we go.
I
Top
have
tier.
No,
I
you
have
clearly
played in my
you pair it
war
with
machine.
Fear of 4, so that the feat affects every single model going into it. 'Cause nothing's
Ooh,
immune to fire there.
That's what we need to do.
Spicy.
Out of curiosity, how many of you have played multiple Warcaster games of War Machine?
Literally
me and Dean,
never, but it sounds fun.
me and Dean had the best multiple warcaster game ever known to man.
Yep.
These things are happening. These chosen are going off to Narnia.
So I'm a little bit worried. He's not moved that Spellmaster up
happening.
to trigger the
The chosen
ritual
have
slaughter
Pathfinder
or
base.
ritual
Yeah.
effect, which means we're not going to see that gallows play on Getrix. Which
Yeah.
I
I missed
reckon
up.
he's completely forgotten about his plan.
Got a whole
I think he's also. I think he may also be. Oh no. What he's done is he's moved the Hellmouth more by the look of it.
Sure.
The Hellmouth more has moved. I am sure of that. That was not in the AoE before. Barry, do you want to?
Has he not moved the chosen and just moved that instead?
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be back in a second.
That Hellmouth is off on an adventure.
Oh,
Oh wait, silence.
I just want to check how this Hellmouth more moved by the flag button there.
Oh yeah.
The sudden realization.
You guys know about that, and we'll go again.
What he was doing, it was a sneaky ploy to try and keep it safe from the Ravagers.
Yeah,
yes,
you know, he got his value early on, and then he's repoing back.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, this is what happens.
He's got refuge on that Hellmouth.
Refuge on the Hellmouth more, yeah.
That's legit.
oh my God! Refuge in Hellmouth would be
So
the absolute
you put
apocalypse.
him in the fire.
No, Dean, what actually happens is, you got to imagine this in your head. So for it to refuge, it grabs onto something, it yeets it behind him, and it just grips onto it with the tongue, and then it just goes flying backwards. And then right at the end, he just catches the thing in his mouth.
No, it's actually. Have you seen that picture of Diglett under the ground? It's just like a ripped dude.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's just a little body under the ground that pops up. He's just got little legs and he waddles away.
He just falls. No, he falls over head first. Just lands on his face. Too top heavy. Oh, Moors, amazing models. So glad they exist.
On the dot. So this will be PAL. Oh shit, I'm in the aura as well. So
these chosen look to be bopping up some.
Hold on. How is
Blood
chosen?
Reavers.
That bottom left chosen. How is that in command range? Is that honestly within command range?
Yeah, it's in command range of the Hellmouth.
The other guy who is now
I mean, maybe that's.
Are they?
It's
Are they command 10?
No.
That's not in command range then, I think.
yeah, it's 9.8 inches away.
Come on, Barry, off you go.
Okay.
They managed this. They can repo.
Oh,
They can repo
no.
back
I
in.
want to check.
Yeah, but it means they can't make the
This unit
attacks
is
they're
chosen
making.
as
They can't
attacking
kill
now,
the models
but
they've just killed.
the 2 and 3 of the green-
No, the
green
leader could have been
unit.
further back towards.
Is one of those in command?
Sphere.
Yeah. So what we're going?
Yeah, I reckon so.
I 100% guarantee you that Yarn thought the Moor was the leader.
I believe that.
What is the
completely.
command? If it's 10, he's in. If it's 9, he's out.
No, I'm just trying to find which one the leader
Again.
is. I thought it was-
Top tier players.
The leader is the one immediately in front above the Blightbringer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's an issue.
It's a small issue.
Oh, fuck on.
I'll let you guys sort that out.
Barry's run away.
It was a problem because he was engaged, so he would have to take.
They're never gonna let us
High
shoot.
quality play here.
Okay.
High quality play.
I mean, it's great. I love it.
The lady in front.
Yeah, they're command
Right,
8.
yeah.
So they have to free up the leader.
Oh, so that's not even close then.
They do
Oh,
not
yeah,
have
yeah,
the best
one that
command.
was-
Yeah, yeah.
Let me
It's
bring
kind
that
of
back
it's
in.
interesting how they could use command to actually balance models. I mean, they do a little bit, to be fair.
Not as
Yeah,
often.
like they gave Gellington's command 10 because, as we all know,
But it's
zombies are
fine.
really good at maintaining, unit coherency.
So if you compare them to,
combat
I don't know,
drills.
if you compare them to the Risen or the Shamblers, what are the command on those models? Like 3?
I mean a
Oh,
lot
The
yeah.
actual command.
Engage.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty fucking
Being
good.
awkward.
Yeah.
If you want pure balance, it's the command on the initiates is the exact same as their movement.
I love it. That should be the same with everything.
Movement should be the same. Oh no, that sounds terrible.
Command 4 incinerators. Seems fine.
Command.
No. The whole of Exemplar would be speed 10. Because they're all command 10.
You want it the other way around.
You know what? That might actually fix Exemplar.
No. Do you know what would fix Exemplar?
You just double the speed on every model.
Do you know what would fix Exemplar? If they went back to either, the old theme, or if they just, bring back my favourite theme from Mark II, which was the Chris 2 theme. Give Exemplar advanced move, and you can have a while of a time.
I thought.
So we've just had an impactful goal of activation of killing a blood tracker there. Good to see.
Did they actually resolve the command issue?
I think they just told him to bugger off, leave him alone.
They didn't know. It's the fact they didn't repo back into command as well.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I mean, to be fair, this is the first game Jan's had in how long?
Been quite some time. I feel like it might be the first game since you taught him, I taught him how to play, and then my internet was absolute garbage, so Dean had to finish off the game.
He was saying earlier this is only the second game he's ever played on War Table, so.
Crikey.
And we've got to defend him now, so he's clearly playing on his phone, right? If you haven't done that, by the way,
he's playing on his phone and
it's
has no
hard,
thumbs.
It is the War Table equivalent of hard mode.
Ooh, can you hear me, yeah?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay,
Yeah, he also has no thumbs.
No, I think your mic just
And his screen is
Okay,
cracked.
that's weird. Alright, so sorry,
I feel personally attacked. My phone screen is cracked.
Is it an iPhone?
Attack, yeah?
It's not, no.
yeah.
It's a phone that I dropped several times.
Did you yeet it after?
I did. No, I didn't throw it. It fell.
Was it a tactical fail after they released the new Troll model?
Oh no, he's brilliant.
PAL 18 Madrak 3 spears.
Oh, there we go. We've got reposition happening at last.
Okay,
We've been on this one unit's activation now for about 12 minutes.
Just have a swipe at the lady that's 1.9 away from you.
So happy.
It's fine. It just gives us good opportunity to banter.
On a double one.
That's all these streams are.
Yeah,
But yeah, they really are. Like, to be honest, we barely even talk
I was
about the
going to say
game
he
now.
has another attack because he killed the. But then
It's just there as background.
Yeah,
I mean,
but he didn't
apart from your game,
effectively.
Paul, where we spoke a lot about the game,
We're gonna
it is
repo
mostly
these
just
guys.
sheer talking crap until sake of interest happens, and then
Yeah.
you go in.
So what you're saying is we need more infernals on the stream.
We need more. No, we need more Durst on the stream. That's what it is. We need more
Nice. Okay.
Very-
Yeah, I can arrange that.
bland and
I'm
linear
happy
caster.
to play
I
Beast Mistress spam into Durst.
love it. Let's go. I'm very impressed about how the Chosen are now repositioning further out of command.
Oh my god, why? He was going the other way a moment ago. Why did he change his mind?
I have a feeling that Jan may have just decided that number 2 is now the unit leader.
Oh.
I'm
That
not
does
sure.
solve a lot of problems.
Shall we just change the marker and call it a day?
Right, okay.
Might be
So
easier.
you turn
It
down,
might
so
just be
that's-
easier at this point. Dear
Okay,
God.
so he's chosen now. This one.
Yeah, those are further apart than they were before. So this is good. to see.
Maybe he's just planning on killing his own chosen off. I don't know. It
I
makes
think he
me
still
much
thinks the
sense
more
than
is
anything
the unit leader.
They can't. We sent
Alright.
our top tier judges to tell them otherwise.
So we've had the Chosen now. So what do you think the rest of his plan is for this turn? Going a little bit off topic.
That play.
I think he's going to change the unit leader and the other unit chosen.
Right, so he's basically given up any chance of triggering a decent ritual slaughters this term.
Yeah, I don't think he can get Garrix off the table now.
What's the odds that he actually saw that as a play?
I mean, he measured out the spell martyr movement earlier, so I'd like to think that he was considering it.
It may have been that he just wasn't in range with a spell martyr, to be fair.
Yeah,
that makes sense. The spell martyr runs 10, and Gallows is a 10 as well.
Precision.
That's easily
3 inches through the forest.
It's the 3 inches of forest from Getrix.
Okay, yeah.
That was the problem, I think.
I'm gonna freaking kill.
So
you really want me
he's
to go.
got to be 13 inches away at this point, hasn't he?
Standing on top of
Which
Yeah.
he probably isn't. So, all right, that's
He's 13.9.
Looks like
Yes.
he's-
Okay, we got it.
Oh, look at that's top tier play from Dom, and I'm sure not an
Right,
accident
so-
at all.
What?
Can your white man?
that he's out of range of the spell martyr running Gallows.
Mm.
Is it out of range?
No, because he's facing the.
So he needs to be within 13.
Okay.
But you
Okay,
you can
did
include
it.
the base.
You did it.
So he runs 10.
He's gonna aim that away.
Yes, but the
Right. So he needs to be 13. I don't know what you mean by including the base there.
Yeah, you measure from front to front, so you can't
Okay.
Check this
include
shit
the
out.
base.
Ba-bam!
Yeah.
yeah, the base isn't involved at
He
all.
runs
right?
10 and then
You
sees
don't get
3.
to rotate the spell martyr base around from the point that he's run.
I mean, you do if, they're not,
drift.
if your opponent's not paying attention. You can do that.
You could do that, yes.
So it looks like he's setting up to maybe try and get a lucky hit on Breed here, but with the Dunian Archon, I don't think that's realistically going to happen.
So 5 to there and
Because
then
you
2.5.
can't
It
drag
does
her
need
because of
damage.
Getrix.
Yeehaw.
She'll just bump straight into Getrix, and you can't drag Call because Call will bump into Breed. So unless there's another player, I'm not seeing.
So hold on, maybe. No, I can't see anything else.
Unless these are just like running.
You think they're maybe just securing position, forcing him again to deal with those models before he can actively do anything.
Superior to playing on a tabletop. So
It
glad
just
we-
feels a little bit like he's potentially
It's- in
giving
some
you
ways,
too
though,
much
it
if
is
these
nice
are
that
runs.
It is nice, you know. I'm gonna.
The being able to see all of the distances all of the time.
Right, 'cause they're
Especially with
definitely-
Lord of Feast there.
Really handy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not being able to kind of have a bit more tactile sense.
I mean, he's not done my typical play whenever I see Lord of the Feast, which is just to run all tentacles out of command immediately. It's just easier that way. I don't have to think about it.
Very much alike. Okay, so that's 3.3, which leaves me
To be
with
fair, you
another-
lose a significant amount of time from having to worry about Lord of the Feast
7.
placements.
You've got another like.
It's
3,
yeah.
3.3.
The other alternative, Dean, is that you
Yeah, let's
play
check that.
a really fun and interesting theme where you play with 21 points up, and you never have to worry about Lord of the Feast.
Oh man, I remember one time when someone asked if my initiates could be thrown.
Oh,
That was a fun day.
Honestly, that was a confusing day for me. I was not expecting that to be on their card. I think I was playing up against Zhao 2. This was when I qualified for the UKIS. Yeah, so he had the mammoth. I was like, oh, this is really cool. He's got the throw on his gun.
Yeah, he's got the
Oh,
the crit.
oh,
devastation.
oh, my initiates can't be thrown. Oh, they really do just
Yeah.
not care about anything.
Yeah.
They care about one thing,
Uh,
and that is the rule of least disturbance.
Yes.
This is accurate.
Doesn't everything care about that?
Yes,
Even
apart from
the mortal.
objectives and structures,
And
made
flags.
by virtue of them being
Flags
huge
and
and
models.
I hear there's a really interesting play you can use which involves a Mountain King and a wall and the rule of least disturbance.
Oh,
Did
it
they
used to
change
be. They have fixed it. It used to be the fire eaters. You got the pig in the fire eaters unit.
ooh, boy.
You'd run him up. You'd run him up behind your Sea King or your Mountain King. Your Mountain King is stood behind a wall, and then you jam models around the side of it, and then you kill the
Okay,
two
Dom, I can't be
Trollkin
asked to do this turn
from the
anymore.
fire eater
Over
unit,
to
and you
you.
field promote the pig to a Trollkin. It goes up onto a bigger
Okay,
base size.
So that's 1 point. From
So you have to
Victory.
rule of least disturbance the Mountain
Don't
King
go that far.
because it's the
Yeah,
fewest
but-
number of models.
Do you?
Nope, that's a hellmouth.
And then
Never mind.
by rule of least disturbancing, you move him over the wall because otherwise it's in the way still,
Okay.
and you just shift it the
I'm
other
really
side of a wall.
excited to hear what the commentary is going to be after this.
Oh yeah.
Sheer
I almost-
stupidity.
I almost watched the stream.
Threat extender though.
I think you're
Yeah,
definitely
it's just
kind
a big
of
one.
better than me.
Biggest one in the game.
Alright, so
Yeah.
you didn't
They
come
fixed-
up with vengeance.
Imagine that with the
No, because we thought, fuck it.
big guy with the anchor. Like, he's got miles. Put that with Doom
So,
2.
I will
Yeah,
just
Seeking.
close my-
Doom
Luckily,
2.
luckily nobody ever tried to abuse this in a reputable event.
No.
Thank
No.
God Janice doesn't have a wall anymore.
So,
Well, any time you wanted.
this turn we have
Do it with Gunny, though.
Fury.
Yeah, it's true. But then you're not getting the most out of it. You definitely need to do me too.
9.
Sure.
Yeah, it's true.
I
True
am
for
not
that.
gonna upkeep.
Feels like the strongest of plays at that point.
So,
Now.
say as nothing's happening. Barry, what is the most draining judge call you've ever had to take? In a
I had to sit by a table for 52 minutes.
Oh, I know
what
exactly
table?
what game.
What table was this, Barry? Please explain.
I could bring my shift and stone over here.
It was a player playing
And then cast
Ostrom.
Hellmouth on it.
I'm sure you can name said person.
And then we
I'm sure he won't.
Was this
This
a
was-
certain night into a certain
and
other
Getter
X
as
night?
well, and then Getter
Yeah,
is
it was bounced into
behind-
Bobby Moore.
Oh,
And
I like
had
it,
to sit
like
there
it.
for
and
52
then we go
minutes
charging off.
watching the
Good old pre-nerf bulldoze.
I don't
watching the
think
bulldoze
Hellmouth
plays
actually
because
killed
Ben
anything,
needed
though, in
them
this. Maybe
angling.
the tentacle.
It could be
properly.
worse.
Yeah.
You could have been the opponent there.
That's
I
true.
mean, it doesn't need
Imagine
to be.
having to
Kind of, let's
just
bring it in call. I'm sure
just
you
your
can
whole-
path for Getrix.
attitude just instantly drops.
Yeah, you would hope so.
I mean, I've
You're
had
forced
similar.
to sit
Even
there.
if he takes a free strike, like he'll be alright.
I had my
Let
opponent
me just
on
think
the
about,
top of 2
Yeah,
where
that's a cool move.
spend
people would end up.
40
So
minutes
Getter
working
would
out
go-
an assassination run,
moved him
which
first,
was
he would be there.
less than 0.5%.
and then
Did it pay off?
Yes,
Well, there you go.
yes, it did, and I was very happy.
It's stupid now, does it?
This is going to waste all of my clock.
Yeah, essentially it was a harpy,
Like more than
and
usual,
Kalissa's
because
POW 10
Yeah.
gun
it's a finicky
had to kill
target.
a
Okay,
full
that'll be
health
there.
Warpwolf Stalker,
And then this guy would be.
and then he had, what was it?
That sounds like
Another harpy
and
had
then
to
tentacle
two-shot Morvanna, who was
there. And then
under
if I
fog
got
of
a
war,
3-inch AoE, just
and
actually hit
on the
with
first
it.
Thunderbolt, he had to roll a 1 to not push me out of range for
Out
the
of
second
range,
shot
yeah.
as well. And it was boosted 12s to hit.
The stars aligned,
That's pretty cool.
and
They
it
did.
worked.
I was real fucking sad.
It's annoying that the.
So
can't
yeah,
see
to reiterate what
I
I
guess
said
you could probably
yesterday,
send
you miss
it back
100%
on
of the shots you don't
point.
take.
It would work.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think that's
Just
Wayne
so what's the
Gretzky,
armor of all
a
these
hockey
guys?
player.
I'm not sure that's
So they
correct in terms of
are
War Machine though.
16 base and then 18.
Oh, here comes a
with,
cheeky Hellmouth. Look at this shenanigans.
yielding, I believe.
You reckon that's
That's
what?
something against melee attacks.
That looks like a Curse of Shadow, Hellmouth,
Okay, and 5 boxes each.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Brian Call finish up the
What's
few,
tough?
any of them,
I have a gallows.
the guys
You ready?
don't
He's
die.
gonna
No,
absolutely.
no,
Get
it's
Eric's
only,
version
it's
and
only you that
kills,
always gets it up.
The big birdie.
Yeah. So I would need to roll.
This could
9
be a
skill. Ooh,
disgusting
boost.
Oh,
turn
you
for
made
Domhnall.
Yeah.
the right decision earlier, by the way.
Boost on
That might just be
something.
my entire turn, just
What
one
was that?
massive helmet.
Right, that's on the roll again.
It's not a bad move. I mean, you've got the left side locked down pretty well.
Well,
already.
what's that?
Yeah,
Nightbots
Right hand
on
side
the
is
roll
your
again.
issue. You can kind of swap
Oh.
it up.
I might just do that.
Relentless.
Power man.
I wouldn't even mind, but
Let's,
I've literally
let's
turned
get
it
rid
all
of
off.
all of that stuff. That I
In the, like in
This
the,
is
in the
Skynet.
highlights,
You
we-
can't turn him
we
off.
refer to this as the time that the game changed.
Where's
this
my...
be?
Oh, that was good. Look at that.
Oh, hang on. Hang on.
No, I don't want to move him. Oh, it's because I put this fucking thing in the way. There you go. Don't want to move Getrix. Okay, cool. Everything's back to the way it was.
Alright, looks legit.
Okay.
Right, I'm just going to. I found out where I need to go to sort this out.
Mhm.
So
Cool.
we
So,
have
first
got rid
of
of the excess caps,
This gallows is just going to move to the other side
Restriction.
of the flag.
and we have blacklisted the word infernals.
I think it needed to be a bit closer.
Just to double check.
Oh, Dom,
Just to double
Dom,
check here. Golab's not in that right hand zone, right?
To remember with that, it's just a
So he's just given up any scoring potential he's got this turn.
kind of messes
Yeah.
up with-
Oh, can I not?
That's right. Yeah,
I
go
mean,
on.
I still think this Blightbringer should be in the right zone.
It's the same reason why you can't bag a tree.
Yeah.
The Hellmouth
Yeah, that
Maw,
seems to
I
make
think,
sense.
is in the wrong
It's not
place.
the end of the
It
world,
should have
because I
been
think my
somewhere
Durian
else
could kill that
in
tentacle.
such a way that the Maw could tow both the centre and the right.
buried.
You-
So
do you
I'm
mean
sure you've got
the-
the same rule, which is
Oh,
why
you
you're
what? You
all-
think the more needed to be
come
further
knockdown,
forward?
fucking moved up.
It's called
It's
something
just
else.
somewhere else,
Yeah.
basically, so that the Blightbringer could tow both zones.
Ooh.
And then it's also like the only gun he's got in his army, so he could use it to keep solos off Dom's flag quite easily, especially Gallows
It just
Groves.
kind of fucks with where
Like a Blighbringer will kill Gallows Groves for days.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
have to put it there
See,
instead. so it's
this is
more
what I
than
was saying at the
4
start as
inches
well.
back.
Like, I like the Golab and Blightbringer
Yeah, because you don't
combo,
want to hit Brigid.
Yeah.
you really need
He
a
doesn't
cheap
like taking hits to the
throwaway
face.
war beast, so you're not forced
That's
into
alright. Because
these
then it's still
positioning
ends-
decisions with those two.
it's still pretty
I don't know if
So,
you do. I don't think it's too big of an
I hope
issue.
so. I really hope so.
Because between the Blightbringer, who just sticks about at the back of the board anyway, and Anamag,
Okay, so
like you
let's
should
do
be
the
in a
Doonie
position
first
where
then.
you
So
can
Doonie
score
is
your zone
in
without too much
charge
effort.
that, tentacle.
You just, I don't.
I think it's
Right, I appreciate
more.
that.
I think there's more of an argument for it on what's it called, King of the Hill,
Oh, you didn't even use your Junior
because you don't want to put Anamag or the Blightbringer in a
Mostly-
far
oh,
right
yeah.
hand zone
Yeah,
or
good
left
point.
hand zone on that scenario.
Why? Because I forgot.
Also, I'm not sure what it was
Don't worry,
relevant
it's
to,
the high level
but
play that we've become
Mark
accustomed
said
to in this game.
too soon, Paul.
So I just need to not roll snakes
In
here.
caps, which is what I got him.
Too soon. I think that was
So on the charge,
that was for you, right, when you were
Nice, you
talking about the
draw
lawsuit.
Yeah. get to
No.
Cool.
No, it's
so
too soon, Paul.
Did he?
Does anybody get a corpse
Yeah.
on that?
I think the
Oh.
lawsuit was earlier
Well,
on.
yeah, that's nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
chuck some calamari in.
They don't have souls.
And
do they,
for
those
me.
things?
Oh, okay.
They do not have souls, no, just the big brain part.
Oh, okay. I don't know what you could be referring to
Right.
now, man.
Maybe we just get straight on with the.
Trolls need all the help they can get, so I feel as though that least disturbance rule should have been put into the
I've got a really simple way of fixing trolls, Barry, and I know you're going to be really
Yeah,
pumped.
fuck, I should just do it, shouldn't I? 'Cause
Give
if
all the
it
units
doesn't
out.
work, then-
Fixed.
No,
Cool.
No.
So,
If you were
if
cool like me,
you just
John,
make them
definitely
a
do.
theme force
Yeah.
in minions.
which I am, so I'm.
Okay, okay.
Right.
So the one shifting stone's gonna go to the,
Ryan.
the leader.
I've got another way of fixing trolls. What if we made it so that they could sacrifice a solo
Yeah. Okay. So
to
that's still
summon a mauler or a brawler,
No, you could sacrifice a solo to summon a whelp.
I mean, this is me.
and
sort of
then we
hoping
could
that I don't
potentially
kill
also,
all of my.
if we give Horgle, I don't
You
know,
know,
something like deceleration maybe.
Yeah.
this one's gonna
Just-
be
That could work.
Just give him Field Marshal unyielding.
Oh, that's
There you go.
They're
No,
gonna
That'd be
say,
irrelevant. Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
irrelevant? Because it only
Command
fixes battle group.
5.
okay.
Yeah. Isn't Horgle battle group
Yeah,
heavy?
Then you could
No,
take
he's talking about the journeyman.
you could take lights, right, with unyielding. You could have a pie troll with unyielding.
Or pie trolls.
If that doesn't fix trolls, I don't know what does.
Nice straight line of shifting stones. That's
I like it.
exactly
I like it.
One of the
Cool.
casters just have the
Well, that's the
unyielding
point.
thing. Is it
Paul, did
Crystal
you
one?
play Mark 2?
Crystal 2 speed, I believe.
Wait, sorry, did I play in what?
Mark 2.
All right, cool.
I played
let's-
like
do we do
basement
Wurmwood straight away?
machine towards the very tail end.
Alright, okay. I'm going to find an image and I'm going to put it on the
Oh
stream.
no, I want to give him a.
And we're gonna go through it with you.
Yep.
And we're gonna explain to you how you fix trolls. So I've got to scroll horrendously far back in our judge channel.
All right, cool. So the pot wants
Oh, dear.
to go first. Then give him.
There
a
we go.
reload.
While he's doing that, do we think there's an easy way for Dom to clear off that tentacle in the left-hand zone?
Yeah.
The
Oh, I can
left
give
hand side.
corpses first.
Yeah, the one
Uh,
that's tying
then they'll
all
like
of the
shit.
Ravagers
So I
up.
could give corpses to the chieftain.
So
Yeah, let's do it.
The
pot's gonna
shaman,
gives two
could
corpses
charge it.
to the chieftain.
I reckon.
Where's
Then
the
it
shaman?
He's
goes.
got 2-inch reach. Thorn Ravager shaman could charge it.
Right, okay. Look at the stream now.
just to the back and right hand side of the zone.
Be fine.
So this is how you fix trolls. Okay, so if
It's
you
gonna
take this
Puppet
theme,
Master
put it into
on
Mark
Wurmwood.
3,
So, add effect.
you're actually decreasing the points of war beasts by 2 points.
Oh, is this
Right, cool.
evolutionary
So,
elementalism?
now,
Yes,
Indeed.
it is.
let's
This
let's
was the
activate
start of
Wurmwood
CID.
then. So he's gonna
This is where it all went wrong.
through the gallows grove. He's going to cast Hellmouth.
Look at that thing.
Love it.
Like,
Yeah, it's pretty good to be fair. Like, let's be honest.
like
I think
requirements.
it's immobile, so it
The
can't
army
be
can only
engaged.
include the models listed in the
It's just
theme.
a straight death.
That's a really
file.
hard one to do that.
Is that a rule?
Even if it's Death 9, I still.
And then the
I've
other
just
one
brought
was
it, yeah,
have
yeah.
a stone,
So
also a
it-
really hard one to achieve.
So
Controls.
Getorix gets pulled directly towards.
Yeah, to be fair.
Oh god.
But
Jesus
that
Christ.
was,
Just go.
those are good times.
One.
Ah, it's your turn.
This is horrible. Okay, there. Cool.
So if he does
and then
clear up
that guy-
those Ravagers on the left-hand
We
side,
go to there.
you can get them into what?
Yeah, whatever.
And that
The
guy
Hellmouth?
Definitely the Hellmouth, which
Yeah, I think the Thorn Ravager shaman charges and kills off that tentacle. We get a Curse of Shadows on the Blightbringer.
Do you want to see if
and then the Ravagers can probably kill the Blightbringer. Oh, is he gone?
He's going now, I believe, because he's thrown the Hellmouth at the stone.
I mean, that's a reasonable play to start with, to be fair.
Right, so what I'm not boosting on my own guys, so we'll do them first. So on the
Here's a
stone,
question: can I target that stone with a Hellmouth because it's out of formation?
No.
It's not.
The stone leader.
Oh, it's within 5. Sorry, yeah, I missed that.
Come on, Paul.
I think I clicked on something else when I was looking.
You were correct though. If it was out of range, he would not have been allowed.
Yeah.
That was one of the earlier Mark III changes.
Although he did just roll Snake Eyes. I don't know if that was to hit or not. No, they've already moved.
Hopefully, he could put him after on there.
I think the 8 was to hit, and then the rest is damage.
Oh, right, yeah, that makes sense. This is what happens when we start bantering.
Or we just completely I mean, I could have sworn that the models, those chosen on the right hand, sorry, those warmongers on the right hand side had already been killed, but what do I know? I'm losing track.
Oh, here we go. There's one. So I am hoping to see a Curse of Shadows on the Blightbringer.
Yeah, that'd be glorious.
Although I don't think he's got any nodes in range of it, to be fair. So I don't know if that's going to happen.
Just move Wurmwood up, it's fine.
Don't worry, he was up.
But he's already activating.
Well, there we go.
So that'll be a negative.
Yeah.
What is it? Once again, professional players here. Muck out all the movements.
So annoying.
Yeah, there you go.
They cancelled the.
Alright, so the other two guys.
Hellmouth movement.
Brilliant.
I'm not going to boost on, so we'll just roll off 4. Well, that's one
5
of them.
damage, that'll do it. Which one?
I guess the one who was next to the one I was just doing, I would normally go in.
Okay, he's the leader. Yeah, those $5.
Here's a question for you, Barry, which you might know.
Off 4. Leaves him on 1.
Do you know if Chris has forgiven Dom yet?
That's pretty good.
Chris
Clare. Yeah.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Ask him about his game against Dom at the Welsh. Like Dom came out of it and just felt terrible. Like he had to get judged for that, and it was like Putin literally just past the building. I think he managed to just wing out an assassination out of nowhere.
I think if you add.
I mean, I don't feel like Chris Clare is someone who can hold grudges for assassinating.
No, he really can't. Number of times I've had him do it to me.
Yeah. It's like top of 2 and he'll be like, you know what? I think I'm going to go for this. Chris, stop it!
I remember going to an event at in Brimstage, Wargame Store, and watching Chris just chase Rich Beach's Vlad, I think it was Vlad 1 around the table, just threatening him with an assassination every turn, and Rich is like, leave me alone. Ended up basically just running him right into the Vlad was sat in the corner in the kill box, like sacrificing 2 scenario points just to win the game. It was back when it was 1st to 5.
Oh god.
Also, Paul, I've got a challenge for you in this league. I need you to replicate one of my wins at an event before. Right, so you need to kill the caster in the enemy turn with a
right. So
basically, what happened was, do you remember this thing?
What's the plan now?
Oh, I remember.
You've still got a
so I had a champion that was like just literally doing nothing. So I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to long bomb it into the other zone in bunkers, right? Long bombed him down there. Jake's unfortunately whiffed so many times to attack, and missed. She got all the way. So I charged Jake first. Sorry, like put her down to like half or like 3/4 health. So they spent the whole activation trying to kill this champion.
Yeah, true.
I then retaliatory strike and kill him on his turn, and literally at the last attack. So the attack that he hit me is the last point of focus he had on him as well.
I just don't know whether it's a primal. Like he could go.
This is a way for it. Game to end.
I had someone die to. It was actually Jake's again. Jake's died to plasma nimbus by trying to kill a Stormmaster in there. Like,
that's mean.
Isn't Jake's immune to electricity?
No.
Only on feet.
Is she not base immune to electricity? That's horrific.
There's a reason she's called Captain Jokes.
Well, I'll just lose on.
Mate, she's got escort. Best signal caster.
So Gorax
There's a strike of 3 of them.
Positive charge.
Positive charge is a banging spell.
Literally. OP.
Probably overkill, but
Positive charge is a banging spell, as is escort, but on a focus 6 caster, it's got its issues.
But what if you've got the squire?
Well,
that nice little
Paul.
now we're cooking with gas.
Paul, Cyrene is a 6 focus caster.
Yeah,
I thought she was 7.
No, she's definitely 6. She's effectively a 7. Just like Jake's is effectively a 7.
I mean, she can effectively be an 8. Oh, she is a 6. I can fancy that. I've literally never played her in here.
Matt is not.
But yeah, I mean, with a rack and a high row, you can be effectively an 8.
Oh, something's happening.
Yeah, so Getterix is going in on Go Lab here, I imagine.
That's very nice. That was an excellent use of Hellmount to achieve that then.
Yeah.
Are we now taking a free strike from the Chosen? Oh, it's sorry, the Warmonger.
I mean, if he is, I don't think he cares because he's got excessive healing.
Yeah, he's
like,
probably
so +4, sorry.
It's irrelevant. Although saying that, depends on where he takes that free strike at, because he might be in range of Golab at that point to prevent the healing.
That's doubt it.
4.
I mean, I can't measure it out properly, but
So
it
his
would appear that they
fist
didn't
attack.
roll it.
Power
Oh no,
18.
unless they've just thrown
What's
it
the
there
armor
and
class?
that's
He
what.
may have put Curse of Shadows on the Warmongers.
that would also
Oh,
So it's within 6
okay.
of the Blightbringers.
Not that you can see that anymore,
So it'll be off 2. And
Yeah.
the Chosen is.
because they've probably deleted the model that had it on. But
Oh, we've got Primal on Getterix though,
Alright,
we
might as
know
well
it's
do it on
fucking
Chosen
serious.
then, so,
You know something's dying.
Look at that angry cat.
hits. Power 18, so off 1.
I must say, I do love the
4 damage
emojis
on the
being
Chosen?
spell effects.
Wait a moment. Angry cat, isn't he a wolf?
No.
Yes, but the
God.
No, the emoji, look at the emoji, it's an angry cat.
on the
No,
model
I physically can't see emojis.
What?
I physically,
Cool.
I'm
so buy
physically not allowed to see
Emoji
emojis.
blind.
I hate them with a
So
passion.
it hits, and then it's
Wow.
plus
So
4,
do you also hate fun?
10.
that's why you play
Why
Infernals.
14 to the 6.
Have we primal Getterix just to be able to hit Golab?
Oh,
No, Golab's only defense 13. It's not that.
I mean,
Well, he's a 15 with bombs,
That is
because he gets swarmed.
Right, so we'll buy one more.
So
hopefully
8's down to a 6, yeah, he probably has, to be fair.
I mean, and worst case, right? You just if you kill Golab, you just kill the other stuff there as well. But by the sounds of things, Dom, I heard Dom Sadness.
We hit.
Did he miss
And
the
then
charge
it's
there?
I
Yeah,
think
he's
that's
missed.
2 plus 1, 3.
He's like 6s to hit, I think.
It's 11,
Oh, he's
so
left him on 1 there.
kills him.
Nice.
Is he got? Is Getterix Fury 4?
Yes.
Yes.
One more,
Oh, there you go.
which obviously means no spine.
Oh, it's presumably plus something then, because it's.
He's a 17 base, so he'll have warp strength for
Cool, so
19,
buy
primal's
one
21, so he'd
onto-
actually be plus 4.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. It's a bit...
That's almost like a adjudicator.
Can't
Does he? Was
Oh,
it?
no,
What's he got?
Getterix is
Hell.
indeed
I'll put it on the,
basically adjudicator, mate.
Chosen, I think.
Has he got some nipple flames as well?
Why not?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's just keep it good now.
3 to hit.
He must have spent that last one.
yeah,
Oh, did he spend the last
on
one for
to the
Spiny?
Chosen, cool. So,
I imagine so, yeah.
You definitely want to do that. You want to create.
Although I feel as though that's
Yep.
not
And then
really
it's
worth it
21,
because of
so
Hex Blast.
He's
You'd be
attacking
better off-
He's bought an attack. I'm guessing
Yeah,
how much?
I think you're better off killing, as you said, either the Hellmouth or this Chosen.
Damage, so
He's
Oh,
not
it's
going
gotta
to be
be-
in the Hellmouth,
It's on the
is it?
chosen.
Got to be into the Chosen because it's not a beast.
Yeah.
So
I think you're more likely to kill the Chosen, to be
He's
fair.
tough.
he makes it tougher.
it's not the end of the world.
Oof.
So he is knocked down.
But they are not being with Bond, I
Yep,
believe.
certainly can. A mock has a way of
No.
No,
killing
Bond
him.
went on the Warmongers, didn't it?
I thought it was on the green.
Bond is on the left hand, it's on the green
So
at Chosen.
probably going to be
Oh.
Brigand Core.
So, yeah, so he'll be knocked down, you can just pop him with a
So, yeah, they're just going to straight up do
blood
that.
tracker or something.
Wait, what's the melee range
So,
on this?
If he can clear the 2
Warmonger?
zones, Dom
Oh,
scores
it's
2.
on.
2 inches.
That's 2 inches.
I mean, all he needs to
I
do is.
mean, I think Dom's better off just going for attrition here, to be honest.
Like, this
Like,
isn't a
'cause
very
the
fast
twins-
scenario.
The twins can finish off this Hellmouth.
Yep,
Lord
so
of the Feast
Brigand's
can
gonna
go.
charge,
Probably kill Rotten Eye
That
Joe
way.
and another Warmonger, I reckon.
and then
Wait,
Core.
who's the twins? Who's the twins in this?
Breed and Call.
Call.
They are Definitely not identical looking twins. That's to say.
You can have twins that are not identical.
Are you familiar with non-identical twins, right?
I think this is a foreign concept.
I see everyone as the same. Oh wait, I probably shouldn't say that.
So wait, surely in that case everyone's an identical twin then?
Everyone is unique, special
Frigate
snowflake.
is actually an assault, so we'll do a shot
you're unique,
first.
just like
I feel like
everyone
you're
else.
taking a mic, Brian.
9 hits.
So I think that's the assault shot that's
No,
missed
actually, hold
there.
on. That 9, you get.
Oh, that's a bad
It was
miss.
12, and I'd be diff 4.
Oh no,
it's
that's Green calls prey, so that might actually hit.
Yeah,
I mean, the more is definitely 10. Like, it's pretty hard to miss.
Yeah, I think she's at 7 base,
Yeah.
so
Really?
You literally need a double one.
yeah.
That's bizarre. I think that's the only completely immobile model.
Although the damage was a long time coming.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's power 12, only it's weapon master, so 2
Really?
dice.
Something in this game been a long time coming?
20.
20.
I feel like you're getting a bit sassy with me here,
So
mate.
her charge is
Slightly, just
she's mat 11.
I think this game's been particularly timely, to be honest.
Yeah, hit. And it's
Dom has 20 minutes left at the top of the screen.
charge. Power.
Thank you for reminding us to
13.
change their tempo.
So-
There you haven't done.
So
Well,
it's
it's pound
5.
9, and then
So
she's
I
got
reckon Lord of
Yes,
Feast,
five
after these
dice
twins
plus
kill the
13.
Maw, I reckon Feast can charge this warmonger number 3,
no, wait,
kill
no,
him,
4 dice with
bird over to number 5, kill Rotten Eye, and
Sorry,
then
yes,
kill number 5 as well.
Seems good.
If he gets a
Wait,
good
wait,
swing
wait.
of attrition
Yeah,
here,
yeah, wait.
he should be fine.
No, why-
this.
why-
Yeah.
why am
I mean, I don't see how he... Unless the
You know,
dice
4 normally
massively
is
shit the
3
bed,
dice,
I think he's
sorry.
going to be
3
absolutely
dice.
fine.
3
3
dice.
dice, and it's off 7.
I really want
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
That's on the dot when you
Banana
need
bread.
to kill it.
Oh, nice.
I do actually. No, I really want
We will
Gorag
then change the
to
prey.
mess up Dom's plans so that in the
Yeah.
post game we can say if it hadn't have
I'll
been
be
for
Gorag.
Rotten Eye Joe.
Chosen, naturally.
You would have
Where did
won
he
a
come
long
from?
time ago.
I'll put it on the
Where did he go?
effect.
God.
I think it's both units prey now, so I'm just going to call it prey.
That's a dead armor.
Okay, cool.
Poop for the
So
tentacles.
Paul redirects his
So
charge
then,
onto the guy who's
Is there still
knocked out.
corpses on call?
Yep.
There are 3 corpses still on call,
So
so he's
two
probably
hits,
going to
and
pop
then
off
Powell.
That tough
that
roll.
chosen.
15.
So dice off
You've
4.
still got
I'm
5
gonna
boxes
boost,
on
I've
him.
got
Despite the
four
fact I don't
forces.
think you got
Might as well.
4 back
4.
to the tough.
Yeah, kills
No,
him.
you
and I
can't,
get
can
his
he?
corpse.
No. There you go.
No,
Cool,
well,
so
he's
just gonna
binned now.
kill that.
He is. As
What a waste of
as a
corpses
good
now.
as
Oh,
someone
yeah.
I know would say, get in the bin.
Get in the bin.
No, what was the
Good.
quote you used the other day, Paul?
Get in the sea.
Was it like climbing the sea or something?
Climb in the sea.
That's budget Paul Sheard,
You
is
happy
it?
with that as a charge?
That's what you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
if you went to Aldi looking for Paul Sheard saying.
I mean, I
So
was
you
real
charge
excited
for
at the
it.
time. I had a
Very
Menite
exciting.
Archon kill 5
Not
lessers in
8.
1 Thresher.
Oh,
So,
It was gross.
Pow 16 at the moment.
So here comes Feast, he's doing his thing.
Let's see.
Now, is he going to get the bird off after he's killed his chosen? This warmonger
He
even.
did. And
Bird
then
is the word.
I will throw the bird
Everybody has heard it.
at
Oh.
the
So he's
number
needing
5.
5 to hit with the bird, I
Oh,
believe.
wow, okay. I didn't realize you could do.
Yeah, so you can make
Wow.
a charge attack and then throw the bird.
I would have liked to see
You
a
can buy any
puppet
attack
master
you
on
want.
him. To be
I
totally
don't need
fair.
one master. That's
What, 12?
implying that you might
Yeah,
miss.
12 on them, yep.
I need a
Paul,
5.
you've got
Yeah.
to go into this game expecting to hit.
Oh, he's nailed it. He's nailed it.
Place that would catch.
Here comes the man himself.
I think we should. Oh yeah.
Oh, don't put him there. Kill Rotten Eye.
There.
The Rottweiler's going to kill him now, then we can make the joke. It's
Silly sausage.
Yeah,
At least he's got another
I mean,
plan for Rotten Eye.
honestly, if
cool.
if the rest of the units dead, does Rotten Eye even matter at that point?
I mean, Rotten Eye is just a better warmonger, right? So if you've got the option of killing Rotten Eye or not,
Is currently 15.
like, I
He
think
does
Rotten
also
Eye is
have
probably
more
better.
hitboxes, so maybe he's just
Yeah, I guess.
disrespected on that.
Off 3.
I mean, I don't know why you would, because I'm assuming Lord of the Feast is full at this point, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Feast really cares that much.
Hit and
but looks means
off 4 this time, so
it looks like he had a corpse on him.
doesn't.
I
I know,
don't even.
kill him. Get his corpse. Use it
That's
to
he's got one now.
surprise.
4 hits and so what is power 14? So it's off
3. Off 4, sorry.
off 4.
I'm 18.
I'm probably better to boost, I think. So I'll boost the damage. So it's power 13, so it's off 5, so I need 10 to kill. Spot on. Cool. Gets his corpse.
It's
and no
just
more
gone
damage.
exceptionally well on this turn, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
if
So we're
he can
contesting
play the other turns without screwing up his clock,
on the
Yeah.
flag.
he should
So
be able to.
the
Yeah, I think
gallows
Jan was
will
just
go
far
5
too
inches.
aggressive.
Oh no.
There.
Like he should have played much
yeah,
more
left-hand
conservative on
side.
his last turn.
Oh,
If he wasn't going to go for the
Getter
Getter play,
Oh, that was fun.
there wasn't really much he could get out of.
Worth I've got like 50.
Of that
Barry, I
turn.
don't feel like I've got the right
I
to
don't like having
correct
the
anyone on
clock
the
so
names. Can
easily
you correct Paul for me,
viewable.
please?
Yeah, I know, right?
It's making me
For saying Jan
is
rather
it
than Jan.
possible
Yes, I don't feel like I've got the right to be able to correct
walk
anyone.
my way
You
to
really
the-
don't.
Oh, okay, the white main's going to go and clear the tentacle, I guess.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah, White Man's going to walk to there. He's going to sneak.
A zigzag line.
You missed that. Doesn't the shaman have battle wizard?
Am I in your
You
back?
not missed out on that battle
Doesn't
wizard.
really
Should be. Yeah, he
I
will be.
think he
I don't think
does.
you get it back.
No,
but anyway,
maybe
just
he
to
doesn't.
roll above.
No, I don't think he does actually.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
so
I
he
know the
hits,
Wayfarer
and
does.
then he will
Okay.
boost the damage because he's
Although it's
power
upsetting me that
13
this
to
white
charge.
main has put himself 0.1 inches away out of range of the chosen, when he's only 1.8 away from the tentacle.
Right, so I've got some.
The bit that I'm upset about is the fact that Cassius is still alive.
I probably just need to just speed this turn. I reckon. So
Definitely a
it's case
mistake.
of just charging them in, contesting that flag off. All right, so Gallows is going to come somewhere that it could get on the flag next turn. Okay, Ravagers are going to charge, so 3 of them will charge this Hellmouth.
Yeah, if Dom doesn't clock,
2 of them
I'm
will
not
charge
sure
the
how.
Bringer.
I mean,
Jan?
that might be what
Is it
Jan
Jan?
would be
Is that
for.
right, Jan?
Oh, actually.
Yeah,
They've
Is
just
Jan.
played confident enough to know that clocking on
he
Dom
will
is a
charge
way
the
to win the game.
Yeah. Like
that's
he's got
actually quite
effectively a unit of chosen
annoying.
left, right?
It's
He's
difficult
got
to
People
get.
accept
a
that.
slightly
Yeah.
spicy unit of chosen
there's
because
one
they
guy
can
who can
activate
take it.
slightly independently. Just one
Yeah.
unit.
He's going
Right,
over the white
so
lane there, though.
the
I mean, he probably won't for long because he's going to lose another chosen here to the Ravagers, I imagine.
Here go.
I know, right? When you like accidentally drop it,
Yeah.
start moving him from the different point. That's fine.
So he's facing. I don't know why I'm trying.
the problem is he's basically going to be left with a Blightbringer, and a
This
Blightbringer
guy will
is
charge
surprisingly good under Anamag.
So we'll go like that.
Just because it can be met 10 if it needs to be, you can get it up to a reasonable pound strength.
I
If
mean,
you've
it
got
is,
a warrior,
but there is
guys
physically
into
no
the
way
Helmet, so
yeah,
you
it's too
can
much.
do anything with this
There's
Blightbringer
good.
and it not die to Gerrix next
There's
turn.
good.
Well,
He's got
unless-
primal in him, hasn't he?
Actually, what you need to do is boiling blood the Blightbringer and then have it kill Getorix with its sprays.
well, we're trying to have a nice,
You've got
friendly
full
game
forces,
here.
so
No
you can
broken Anamag.
Oh, and this
Yeah.
number 5 will just come forward a bit.
Yeah, don't forget Getrix is absolutely
Cool.
friendly.
So we've got one non-charge attack. We'll do.
This is true.
Oh, you do also have breeding call.
Currently, he's also frenzying on Breed.
Hit.
Ooh,
Armor of a
So-
chosen.
that's a debatable one. I don't think
Which
that's.
I would do is
The
I would
one
just
in
run that
front of-
Spellmaster right in
the
front
one
of
with the star,
Getrix
the star.
to guarantee where he's frenzying, because then Bridget and Cord can't charge past him. He's blocking the way. So you're building yourself a turn for the Blightbringer to take care of some of the stuff on the left, and then turn around and deal on the right.
I mean,
21.
I
I
think
would,
there's no good bonus.
I'd run the Spellmaster to 0.1 inches
No, no.
away so that if he is in
The guy
range
who
of
charged
Breed,
him,
he makes the
though,
attack against her anyway.
Brew it is in line of sight.
Power
Yeah.
13, so
That
off
frenzy's
6.
It's alright, don't worry.
2 damage.
I've got your back here, Barry. I'm going to get out of the coaster again.
No, it's definitely in line of sight. If you zoom right in, you can see it's just
Right,
turning over
so
the line for line of
guy
sight.
who
Coaster does
charged
confirm
the
he's in line of sight.
Lightbringer, I don't know why he did so, but he hit.
Most
Power
expert of tools.
15,
I'm 19.
See? But you haven't thought about that, Paul.
so
You measure in line of sight,
so
literally
two-
get out a ruler, put it on the screen, and you'll be fine.
You know, so two
Well, what
damage.
did you get? Sorry, 2 to the 4.
I mean, if you care
We've
that
got 3
much, sure.
guys on this Hellmouth, so let's see.
All I'm saying is, what's easier, getting out your ruler, which you've
Not
clearly
6
got
hits,
right
and
beside
then
you, as you know, rulers are really
how-
important.
Well,
in
you
life.
know what? I don't need a ruler right beside me because there's a handy little widget for that.
2 damage from the first
No.
one.
You just get any straight object,
Second one hits,
and then it works out fine.
and that's better.
4
You get your crisp
4
packet,
damage, cool. So how much
remaining.
left? 2 remaining.
Your
Cool.
lunch.
I
Last
mean,
line
one.
of sight
that's
for
not really that straight. That's pretty wiggly.
Yeah, kills it. Fantastic. I get a corpse from that, right?
Nails it. You do get a corpse, yep.
Excellent. Cool.
Yeah, this is not looking good.
Okay,
Yeah, Dom's time, Mike.
Oh yeah, so the
We're getting to the
shaman
point
guy,
where
He has spent a long time here.
Dom just needs to flip over
forward a
clock here,
bit.
right?
I mean, it's after this turn. There's not really a lot Dom needs to do.
Are you even worth
No,
doing?
he's
Yeah,
got
that's true.
2
Not
next
this
turn.
I don't think.
He's, he's scoring 2
I
next
think
turn.
That will
Maybe
be everything.
1.
So I score.
I mean, Gorag can contest the flag on the top left, top
Yeah.
right.
I mean, Dom. I think Dom could feasibly score 4 points next turn.
Yeah.
We did it. Well done, Dom.
That was a
Whoa.
pretty
Flip the
impressive
clock.
turn, Dom.
Oh, I mean, so we're 1.5 hour clocks, and I've got 10 minutes left. So
Oh, just, yeah, you'll be alright.
the thing is, I'm really good at War Machine if I've got as much.
I've missed Yarn's chuckle.
So I
How are you
really
listening
thought
to
I'd
yours?
have like
So-
2 or 3.
He's trying to get the actual
through
stream.
your
I
audio.
realised you could do sort of a double
From my audio?
with,
Oh, whoever's got it going.
that's the
I
nice
can
thing
definitely
about
hear
War
it.
Machine. You can even charge something and then throw it before
got
you
stream
make
over?
your Thresher attack.
It,
Okay.
it does occasionally creep through, I
So
think,
you get the
in
extra-
Brian's
extra
audio.
range.
Difference, yeah.
Okay. I've never, like, I can't believe in all of the.
So-
Did you say what I said? Thought you
I
said.
think
Somebody do that.
It's because
I don't think there's an assassination even on the table here, is there?
No, I
No,
was
absolutely
just
not.
looking at that, and there's definitely not.
Yeah.
Like we've got a Blightbringer shot, and then even if the spell mark was in range,
Okay,
he's camping
so,
2. So,
It's irrelevant. That
One of this in bone, 'cause that seems to-
like, he can probably kill all of the Ravagers,
God.
or at least the vast majority.
yeah, you can kill a good amount of them. Is this one of the few times that you would go for a sweep on a Blightbringer?
You know, at least
Don't see Sweet
No,
there's not a
I
lot.
don't think so. Unless you can get, well, with Blightbringer, you'd need to get
A
5
minimum
people
5.
in your arc to make it worthwhile. I think he just walks up, does his no tough, and then starts stabbing fools.
Do you need to get 5 people?
Yeah, because
You
you've got
sacrifice
3
3
initial.
initials, and you're paying a focus or a fury.
How many
So to
initials has he
make
got?
it,
11 in.
3.
he's got 3.
So he needs to get 4. So he need, well, yeah, sorry, he needs to
Well,
get
you get
4 or
five,
more.
make
Yeah.
it- You need to
Like
get
anyone.
4 to make it even. But
I think
it's not really
that's-
even
I don't think
considering it has to force your.
sweep is never relevant unless it's like adjudicator. I feel, to be honest.
Sweeping is sometimes relevant, but it's
Yeah,
it
it's
is niche.
very, very niche.
You're 11 when he charges.
I think it's probably
Yes.
the most niche. I've seen more headlocks, a rule that doesn't exist now, than I have sweeps in my time.
Thing is, though, have you ever
Ooh,
seen
good
a
question.
power strike?
I will check.
I have
Do you know
Yes.
only
check
once,
your
and it was
content?
entirely
I'll
because
check.
my opponent had never done a power strike before.
I have also used one, and that was the same reason.
So
pretty sure
I
that
did it to win. I did it to win a game, legitimately
Ooh.
to enable an assassination.
Oh, it seems to
I
be on
needed
the wall.
to get a model out of the way so Typhon could charge downfield, and I wasn't
Yeah, 'cause
sure that
I'm-
I'd
I'm
be able
just
to
looking
kill
at
it with
Steam
the
World
Archangel,
and
because
it
the
doesn't
Archangel's
say
terrible.
on any of the scenarios
So
specifically, but
I
in the
went for a
general
power
rules, it
strike
just says
because I
12.
knew with the additional +2 inches that you get slammed,
I guess that's what the.
he would be out of the way.
He's not wrong.
It's 12. I
Absolute
think
scenes,
it's
mate.
the. Let me
Has it
just check
seen more
this.
use though than grind? That's the real
Right, yeah.
question.
Grind.
Oh, the
Yeah,
spell.
so it's
presumably.
that one white line that's still there is kill box.
Oh, okay.
No, he means the slightly sexual activity.
No, he's talking about the other
Oh, the other
other
mini.
tabletop game that
Yeah.
PP have.
Extreme Colossal Wrestling.
Extreme Colossal Wrestling. That is a thing.
I think you find it's actually pronounced super sexy colossal wrestling. Is the
I mean, sure, if you want to use the Latin.
Yep.
Cast.
I apologise, I do not speak
Carnage
Latin.
again, which is still on.
Well, maybe you should learn. We're in quarantine after all. You got time.
But if I learn
Yeah.
Latin,
Sorry.
then I can't say when people randomly shout a different language to me that I don't speak Latin. It came in very useful last night. Very useful.
It-
It's
Hmm.
been
When we were playing Overwatch.
Yeah.
Oh, so here we've got an excellent strategy that I haven't seen coming. So it looks like
summoning
Jan is
Blightbringer.
summoning a second Blightbringer.
Two
That is definitely going to help him out this game.
It's a Thag's 1 feet, is it?
Oh, that used to be glorious. That made the Archangel worth playing when you could use it twice.
Yeah, it does sound a bit rude. I won't lie.
Yeah, but in the same sense, it's also an archangel, so it literally serves one purpose, and that is to consume the book, and that's it.
And the hermit.
And the hermit now. Yeah. We have advanced.
And seneschals? It was relevant against seneschals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Unfortunately, the Hellmouth exists now. It's kind of supplanted its role by being significantly cheaper.
Yeah, but Hellmouth don't have wings, though.
Yeah, which means they fit in a case. Which means I can actually take them places.
How many things I can hurt of yours?
Are you saying rot wings are difficult to transport?
Actually,
Well, I've kind of
wings
run out of
aren't,
choices,
because
you
I've
see.
devised the
There's
best
only
way for
really
transporting them.
And for
Which
all of their
is
wings to
to
fall
have-
off.
It's to have
Yeah.
slightly deep
But they
foam,
are
and then you just
transmitted by
balance
text,
them
so-
on their wings,
Yeah.
on top of
I'm
the
just gonna
foam,
run through them.
instead of actually trying to place them inside of foam.
You've got
Oh,
Gorak as
yeah.
well.
That actually works. Bear in mind,
Not
I've not
that deep
competed any of
foam.
these, so that's the thing.
If you want another alternative way to transport rot wings, you could adopt the method that Jan uses, which is
Which is
to
true.
throw them all in a toolbox.
I feel so bad for his army. It's literally just chucked into this toolbox. His, in quote, proxy base is some like retro music CD from I don't know what decade. So he uses to proxy as Bloodbringer. And the worst bit is, he literally, all these models, all these rot wings, which are primed for breaking, yeah? He doesn't even play the list. He just sits there. Have you seen his nerfs? Recently, Barry?
Are they the ones on wire?
They are the ones on wire. The ones that are, I would say, giving a Colossal a run for its money on height.
In terms of height, yeah. I actually quite like. I always think they look cool.
They do. It's just carnage.
Mm.
Looks like the Chosen are potentially activating first. Oh, that's just actually, that's the other unit of Chosen. Yeah, this is probably better.
I've got 2 dice.
Those 2 Chosen can get out of the way so that the Slug Boy can get more dudes.
Get it.
Get him.
I feel like you just don't need to go.
Right, so,
Who's he going for here?
figure this out. So,
Well, I think this is an impact attack on Getrix.
So we are
It's going to be so effective.
effectively +4 strength. So
Yeah, it's PAL 14.
Mount is at PAL 18 against Getrix.
It was feared by the sound of things. I heard the words power 18.
His armor 17.
I mean, the impact attack can never be power 18, because you can't benefit from the strength buff. And if it's a melee attack, it would be 19, because it's an odd number.
I mean, this sounds very much to me like
Orc Mistress.
you're just
Yeah.
try-harding.
Yeah, so
Yeah, Dean, you're try-harding.
amount of damage.
I apologise for
How dare you
doing
know the rules?
No,
Like, who follows the
knowing-
rules, really? Let's be honest.
not
Honestly,
inferno.
If we know anything,
Like,
is that
Jan is so not try-harding that he hasn't even felt the need to activate this other unit, this other Chosen that's in his unit.
is impact attacking? Well, he was anyway.
Well, he rolled 3 dice and then 3 dice, so that's definitely a charge and then the damage roll.
I
Legion
mean,
got
he's
signed
completely
points now.
forgot he's got Vengeance on Gorag.
Ah,
Just trying to stay out of.
Could have one-shot Lord of Feast there.
You're witnessing 2 top-tier players here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, he's also copied. He's also summoned an extra Chosen.
Yeah.
It's probably the unit leader.
Yeah.
Been hidden this whole time.
In plain sight.
Oh,
You could definitely get an impact on Getrix and the woman, and that'll probably
the
be better.
woman.
Yeah, you know,
The woman.
Who
The
are
woman.
you trying to charge here?
I think he's trying to charge Beastie Boy.
As the professional of impact attacks in Mark II, the only person to ever use them apparently. Yeah, you could definitely get hit both of these.
Yeah.
I'd almost say you could probably charge Lord of the Feast to get impact attack on both.
Okay, wait. So sorry. Let's do the impact attack again.
Yeah, I just wouldn't want to risk it.
Mhm.
I mean, Gorag should have got in on Lord of the Feast anyway, with his Vengeance attack, so this,
Quite.
we shouldn't even be having this conversation.
Oh, guys, do you know what we've missed?
17, so we get
Nope.
Yep. Armor
Do
12.
Please, just look at
12, so she's
Wurmwood
straight up dies.
with all of his little stuff on him.
Then we'll redirect
So he's got a nice little colourful rainbow at the top of him.
Another corpse, but not.
He's got a little sad face.
That's a Pinocchio face. That's a puppet.
Hit him on the dot.
I'll have you know.
Now,
That's not Pinocchio.
So it is.
Other
Yeah, no. If you
puppet-
zoom in, his nose gets longer.
Other puppets are available. I think you'll find, Paul.
He's got a long nose. What other
You'll
puppets are
find
going to
Pinocchio
be?
with Public
But he's
domain.
lost his mind earlier.
Okay.
In the previous.
They
Can't
puppet
Get sick of your attitude here,
No,
Ryan.
that's
The
it's
puppet
one
from
attack
Shrek.
on one attack die.
He's a real boy.
Spirit is.
I mean, that's Pinocchio.
Getting angry next turn.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, so then Gorag
Yep.
is gonna.
What
Because
are
he
you
also
even
died at
chatting
least
about?
100 years ago, Pinocchio is indeed in public domain.
Banter.
See, you come here to watch War Machine, you learn a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we just lost 2 viewers.
They're off to make use of that public domain Pinocchio, mate.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh, suddenly I can make my Pinocchio fanfic. Sweet.
Pinocchio and Wurmwood fanfic. Oh, that's a good roll. We'd love to see that.
One
Roll
of the viewers
Beast
was
is a
clearly,
dodgy boy.
it was clearly Mark, by the way, leaving to go put his face on the Pinocchio, and I put it on his Tinder account.
Which one?
So when one of these guys, one of the chosen, attacks
Fair.
somebody and kills something, I should have just cast the strength thing on the other unit of chosen.
Does the Spellmark have a meta attack?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Oh, it's time to shine, Spellmarter.
Is it something like claws?
Yeah. Claw. It might be claws, actually. It might have the...
It's akin to the
Let's have a
Feral Geist, where it has one attack called claws, plural. It's like, guys.
Don't worry, Grotesques have that as well.
A mighty Mat 4, this is what we like.
The
Now,
I-
he's
I
activating
think
his
you're
chosen
right,
here before he does the no tough on the Blightbringer, which I
Oh,
don't think is
that's
a
fine.
good
If it's
idea.
defeated, he's got Google Spoon.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Although if he does the Blightbringer first, he could still dig deeper by clearing off the front row.
How does...
Like he can probably kill
Uh,
5,
13.
6, 4, and the unit leader with a thumb.
I have a question about that warp strength on the Chosen of Everblight.
Yeah, obviously.
Have you not seen that before?
Have Chosen not got warp for strength? Have they? Have they got warp for strength?
No, they haven't.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not going to warp for Berserk in this situation, right?
I'll do a new leader at the end of this.
Yeah, no worries. Against the other
Certainly
guy,
not Prowl.
I'm going to do it Fury Strength. That is actually
Also on a
utilising.
double one,
I mean,
still dies.
Warping for armor,
Against
probably quite relevant
Lightbringer,
here as an option.
Oh, yeah, that'd be decent,
and
to be fair.
Has he just blocked the Blightbringer?
3 on the
Yeah, this is why I think the Blightbringer needed to go first.
It depends how
Reposition?
much further.
I mean,
Well,
I
if these
guess...
are impact attacks, it depends on who he declared as his charge target, I suppose. But yes.
second dude of dudeliness.
The problem here is that is Chosen aren't far enough up. If he'd done the Blightbringer first and cleared off the front row, his Chosen could clear off the second row and then repoed into his zone. But I'm not sure he's going to be able to now. Like, he might be able to, but...
Oh my god, is he going to charge the Blightbringer into the enemy zone? Is that the plan here?
I mean, if he warps for Ghostly with the Blightbringer, maybe. I mean, I don't think he's got anything now that can get into that top left zone.
Here's a real question for next time.
And he's
He is gonna charge
If
the
he
guy
can
on the
impact
left.
these two
Yeah.
Tharn, if he can bin Tharn 6 with the... Oh no, still taking 3 strikes.
What is, Paul, the Animus
don't-
on that Argus?
What?
The
What is
Moonhound,
Animus
stop
on
about.
the Argus?
Well, the Moonhound is Hunting Howls,
Let's try this. So he's
the
got-
Wild is Doppler Bark, and the Winter is
Yeah.
Freezing Coat, or Winter's Coat.
I always
So
thought the
what
Moonhound
does the
was
actual
Doppler.
Animus do?
Of the Moonhound,
Yeah.
it removes stealth from models within 6 inches of it.
I
And-
see.
So impact the gun.
That's
So
going to
thank
be
you.
really relevant when he
Yeah.
warps for Prowl on the Blightbringer.
Gets a,
Yeah, so this is why the Moonhound is in the list, right? So we can counter that prowling Blightbringer.
and
Yeah, I mean, it
then
seems like it.
attack on the guy.
I mean, I feel as though Jan has kind of thrown the game this turn because he's not going to be able to clear this left-hand flag now either.
Hmm.
So even if he can repo into the zone,
And he's dead.
he's
as
not
well.
scoring.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like maybe this Spellmarker can kill Feast, and then the Blightbringer could maybe charge into the zone and kill Getterix at the same time, but even then he's only scoring 1, and he's not contesting either of the elements.
So if he repos, he's got a real problem as well of just forgetting about this left-hand flag. If he forgets about this left-hand flag, it's a loss straight away because all he needs to do is score that back zone.
Okay, so what he'll
Score
do
2 points
is
because
he'll
he's not scoring.
check the-
But by the looks of things, how it's gone, he's not scoring any points this turn, right?
So he'll just
He-
do
Yeah, I mean, the only thing he can do, the Blightbringer would have to shoot that Gallows Grove, and then
Which is a
Amok can
terrible
run to the
use of the
flag.
activation.
Yeah, it's really not good. I mean, luckily, Getterix does have a crippled mind and he's grievous wounds, so he's going to have limited impact next turn.
He's frenzying next turn.
Oh, of course he is, yeah, so that's fine.
What happens if we just run the Blightbringer? Oh, never mind. Never
No, I
mind.
think what needs to happen is...
The Blightbringer just ran into that zone.
Oh, he's not even repositioned into the zone.
Blighty versus...
I think what needed to happen was a repo into the zone, Blightbringer shoots at Gallows Grove, Amok runs to the flag, the Spellmartyr runs to contest the flag on the right,
Yeah, he has to
and
contest.
then you try and play it from there.
Because if you just shove that Blightbringer in that top left zone, Dom's time is going to stop him from actually being able to kill it and score the elements he needed to. That would be the way to do
That's
it.
an interesting point, to be fair.
Like, when
Although
you
you'd
look at
have to
what's
move the
actually-
Chosen in.
No.
I mean, the Chosen could have just
Blight's
passes
gone.
left
Yeah,
and
no,
right
I
and just
didn't
given them the
know.
clear space to run through.
To be fair, with the Ravagers now gone,
There's not much damage
I
I
don't
put on that
think
side.
there's not really much in that left-hand zone that can kill the Blightbringer, let alone time. I just don't think he's got any models that can clear it.
Yeah, Getterix was on there.
Why is? Oh, did he just kill Getterix?
Yeah, the blight.
Yeah, so
Just popped him.
the problem is he's not scoring.
No.
Or
He's not
stop him.
scoring and he's not contesting.
If he's at least doing the stopping him from scoring, it would have been fine.
Yeah, if a Chosen had repoed into that top zone at least, and then and he's not even contesting the flag now.
Here comes the charge from the Spellmartyr. We were all hoping
Yeah,
for.
I think he's forgotten about the scenario,
He's kind of got blindsided by
which
all
is a shame because if he had kept the scenario in a reasonable position,
If he keeps the scenario
he'd
live,
actually be in a decent spot to win.
Yeah.
Because as we say, he's now run out of heavy hitters. He's got he's got 2 Ravagers left.
Yeah.
He's got no heavies. He's got a Moonhound in the top left.
and he's got
Yeah.
Gorax somewhere.
It's on the far right.
Yeah.
Yeah, behind the flag.
So like,
I'm gonna Doonian now.
I mean, what would you have to do? We'd have to Curse of Shadows, the Blightbringer,
Just because
You're
I
just jealous
probably
of
charge
how
with
much
Cassius and spend all his
First
focus.
Doonie of the game, by the way.
Yeah.
What's that?
First Doonie in the game is from the Spellmartyr.
the whole turn just went past all my shit.
Oh, I'm so happy about that. That's
Do
perfect.
you know what, Dom? Shall we call it
Absolutely
there?
perfect.
Yeah, probably.
That was a great.
Yeah, but now
getting back
Best,
into the
best
game.
done.
literally just wins. He scores 2. He flicks clock back. He scores 2.
Get anything
Yeah.
into my zone.
There's
Yeah.
nothing here from
Like
this point.
you've killed
We'll
all
have
of the
a-
Ravagers.
we'll ask
and
Yana
Dragon
about it.
Ball and
Yana
Getterick, so
about
you've
it.
Yeah,
really
I think
limited
it's literally just that
by
he's
actual
forgotten.
output now.
Yeah.
He's probably got
It's
too
just
carried
the
away
scenario was
trying to
just
kill
almost
things.
impossible to come back
And
from.
then,
Aloha's.
oh,
Hey, hey, peeps.
Hello.
Welcome.
hello.
Fancy meeting you here.
So how's
Did you
game?
enjoy our very, very exciting battle?
There's definitely some interesting moments, like the teleporting Hellmouth.
Yep. That's Secret Legion tech right there, man. I'd
Yeah,
actually
did you
not bring
see
those out
the
until
new
the big
update?
occasion.
CID, Hellmask can teleport now.
Yeah. Hey, Legion needs a little bit of help, but I think teleporting Hellmouths might be an issue for a lot of people.
So there was a couple of bits there that we're pretty sure, Jan, at this point, you actually
Yeah.
could have won here.
You reckon?
So, yeah, so right, Gerrix is frenzy next turn, right? So he,
Yep.
that
Yeah,
doesn't
so
need to do
ignore
anything.
him.
Just ignore him.
Yep.
Also, you forgot Avengers attacks with Gorik.
Oh yeah, good point.
But so say you're chosen clear that lane. If this Blightbringer was to just run into that top left zone, what's killing it at this point?
Yeah.
He's got left
Yeah, not a lot.
like 2 Tharn, the Deadly Argus, and like how is Nawala still alive? The 2 blood trackers.
Hiding behind everything.
So yeah, like he's with the time that he's got left as well. I just don't see him killing it. Definitely not in one turn.
Yeah.
I don't think I killed the Blightbringer, but I think in that case, so I would still score my own flag, so I would be 3.
So
Well,
he
the
he actually
Spellmartyr
remembered.
could have
Spellmaster
run.
can run.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, the spellmatter could have run up to here.
Contest.
Yep.
If especially if Rot and I had done the vengeance attack as well.
Because it
To
comes
clear
down to
out
the
beast.
point of you can't
Yeah.
really clear much in that bottom right hand zone as well. So if
Yep.
he stops you from scoring at the bottom right, and he stops you scoring at the top left, he's
But then it's
contested.
just Gorag in there, right? Because you said you used the Chosen on the other side to clear a lane. And
No,
you ignored it.
So the green chosen that were on the left, you see how they're just kind of in the middle now. Those chosen on the right, they're not too bad where they are, to be honest.
Yeah, the right hand chosen are fine. Like the green chosen, I think you could have like repoed sort of
Yeah, I could
kind
have
of
definitely
like
got
more
the
like that. And then if the Blightbringer, like he moved like 4.6 or something.
Yeah.
So he could have run like up here.
Yep.
If he's in that zone, I don't see anything killing him. He can't, where you're standing as well, he physically can't score your flag. He's not scoring his flag next turn, so he scores no points. What he would need to do is he would need to somehow clear the middle zone. He would
I
obviously
can
clear his
also
flag.
get Anamag onto my flag.
I think I just clear the blocking zone, right?
So the
Because,
Gallows Grove is a problem.
I have Lord of the Feast there.
So you would assume that, or you'd hope that that would be dead if he actually remembered the second attack.
Yeah, if I
He
don't roll the
remembered the
double
second
one,
attack.
then
Not only that, but scoring 1 or 2 points in your turn, Dom,
Isn't enough.
doesn't win you the game because you're low on time.
No, I know.
Yeah, and you need to score 3, and it's that third point which actually becomes the issue.
Yeah, I mean, my flag is obviously trivial. If I could clear that zone with Lord of the Feast and spells from Wurmwood, then I score 2, and then Jan has to prevent me scoring at all. And then I don't know what you get on the flag at that point.
What, his flag?
On my own flag.
his flag.
Run the chosen up this
I mean,
turn.
yeah, those chosen could just start clearing up. And I mean,
Yeah, I mean, assuming
you've definitely
that-
got enough just blasts to clear the chosen anyway, because they're only going to be arm 17 away from the Blightbringer.
Assuming that Feast died, then I think you'd struggle with the amount of attacks to kill the Chosen at that point.
Because you're kind of relying on spells at that point, and
Yeah.
the Gorax. So
And if you're spelling too heavily, you're not really moving around. And it's like, if in this situation, like you're actually in threat range of the Blightbringer.
I am in the shit and stones range, though. So I could do all my spells and then bugger off, like, over there.
That's true, but a Chosen could quite easily bop one of these while contesting.
Yeah, I think it's a big ask. I think.
I mean,
Tom's
it's
definitely
not-
Still got the upper
we're not
hand,
saying it's a
but it is
win,
possible.
but you could
Yeah,
have
we're not
definitely
saying
carried
it's
it
a
going.
slam dunk,
Yeah,
but it would have definitely still been a game.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
No,
closer
you guys
than
are
what
right.
you'd think.
Yeah, because you did a lot of work in that turn.
God, yeah. Like I've
Yeah.
forgotten just how nice Anamag's feet is.
Yeah, I think
Just
maybe as
Anamag.
well, like if you weren't running the Blightbringer into the zone, if the Blightbringer had gone first, it could have cleared 3 to 4 Ravagers before
Yeah.
the Chosen
I mean,
activated.
I had a look. That's what I checked in the beginning. I could only get to 2 Ravagers and a Spear Lady, which did
Yeah.
not seem like enough work for me. I mean,
Is that
towards the
even
end, it
with
was pointless
the-
throwing him at Getorix, but
Was that even with the purple Chosen moving away?
no, I suppose I could have done more with the purple chosen getting out the way.
Yeah, I mean, you may still have only gotten to a 2 or 3, but it would have meant that your Chosen could dig deeper and then potentially repo into the zone and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. I
Or
mean, it's
you
a
could've-
playable
you could've-
game. I
Yeah,
think I just kind of started giving up when Dom's turn went, and
He
killed
did have
like
a very good turn.
2/3 of my army.
It was a nice turn.
yeah.
Dom, in regards to yours, so
Mhm.
we noticed a couple of times there could have been some very good strangleholds, like
Yeah, I
on
don't
your
think he
feet
should have
turn
strangled
for the
help for
Blightbringer.
Blightbringer.
Yeah. Just stopping it from being able to actually get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should have, because I had 4 Fury left last turn and a Puppet Master, and I was like, here. So instead of Dark Patting, I'm actually in range of the Blightbringer already from there. So I could have just strangled
Yeah.
that from there.
And it would have stopped him turning to get a good shot on the Weavers. Because he was kind of like that, I think, the turn before.
Yeah, I think so. I think he was
So
actually
he'd have been
even
able to
further
shoot
the
some.
right, so, yeah.
Yeah, so like he still would have been able to get a shot off, but it wouldn't have been quite as good.
Yeah.
One
So
thing I noticed.
I just the thing that keeps happening is Wurmwood dies. So I was like, even though that looks relatively safe, I was like, I want to move him anyway. Which
Yeah.
probably was a bit silly of me. But...
One thing I noticed is when you shot the Bloodweavers, you could have potentially popped a tentacle in the middle of them with summoning a new one to shoot at to get a better blast, potentially.
Yep.
Might have helped you so that you wouldn't have had to commit any chosen to melee.
Yeah, I think that's just a hang up from my and Dom's many games we've played. I always just find if I just put a tentacle and tie up his entire front line, it really messes him about.
Yeah, that's fair.
Your tentacle did contest that whole zone on its own as well, which
yeah,
was
that's fair.
It's definitely tentacle of the match, I think. Yeah, I mean it's a playable game. Hey? Like I think if I had just not tilted a bit when you'd hit me very very hard. I think going second is actually not an issue. Like I kind of thought I would go second against you anyway, just so that I could score first and I could try and leverage the Hellmouth tentacles a bit. One thing I messed up was I needed to get the spell martyrs up a bit more. Because if I could just run them a little bit deeper into your first when you pop feet, try and pull your all I was trying to do is pull Getrix like I needed to roll a 4 I reckon, so I could pull him 2 inches just sideways on the building.
I think 1 inch
then
was
have
fine.
the reach.
But I think you need to just roll a 2 to do that.
Yeah.
Looking at
So it would have been alright, and then then Golab can quite trivially kill Getrix. But
I think you possibly put too much forward on Dom's feet turn as well.
Yeah.
You could have possibly just put up like say a couple of tentacles to contest.
Yeah.
And then a couple of sort of chosen maybe here and there to absorb, Ravagers and things, and then kept the rest back safe.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, generally I would. Like, I'm getting a really hard feel for just what on the tabletop the ranges look like. Even though you can kind of see it. Like, I'm way better at eyeballing, staying out of range.
Completely get that. It's really hard getting the table sense.
Yeah. It's one of those things. Everyone I play who's got the hangover of Mark II is really good at being able to gauge distances on a physical table because they did it for Mark II. But when you get to War Table, it's much more difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these things because I'm kind of zoomed in a little bit. You forget that there's so much more of the table, so it looks like there's actually bigger distances in between than what there are.
Yeah.
And then when you switch to his turn, you're like, oh shit, that's actually only 5 inches. I thought there was like 9.
But yeah,
Yeah,
cheers
I
for
mean,
the game. I actually I thought it was really fun.
that was
I'm
very
used to
enjoyable.
One, so that's a lot.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a match again. Like, I'm kind of slowly getting into the War Table thing, so if anybody wants a game,
it's a lot cleaner than
give me a shout.
Vessels, which is nice.
Yeah,
It's a lot,
yeah.
lot more user friendly.
Yeah.
Have you signed up to the league, Jan?
I have, yeah. So my
Fantastic.
lists will be in tomorrow, I believe. The Fishcord list.
Yeah.
Oh. So yeah, that'll be starting on Monday. And it will get posted up. Well, thank you very much, you two, for playing. And I mean, worst case, if we don't see you beforehand, Jan, we'll see you next weekend for your rubber match against Barry.
Yeah.
Sure.
Looking forward to it.
Definitely. No, is he speaking?
Sounds fun.
I think his Discord's gone. Not gonna lie to you. 'Cause he's
Yeah, I
speaking.
think Jan's mic was a bit in and out, so I don't know.
But yeah. Well, thank you very much for turning up, and cheers for those watching the game, and have a nice day. See you later.
Bye.
Guys.
Bye all.